guys come up.
Heroes from both teams are closing in. Vinny's
What a
oldest.
stun.
Oh, yeah, Vinny!
What a turnaround.
You hit him with the
still alive.
all ultimates being used.
Why would you
Huge
pick out
fatal
APB,
bombs.
you coward?
Get in there, Vinicus. Meanwhile, on the other side of the fight,
Cowardice.
still fight going on. Run, Panda Man! No, Panda Man!
This is
Dre! Hell yeah. Oh, they're gonna check now.
Oh,
come on, please check for the wisdom.
come on. This is great.
This is great.
This is great.
This is great. I can just
Please
imagine
don't check.
Ben.
Oh, come on, APB!
Please don't
Yes, APB!
Yes!
Yes!
No!
Oh,
It's the one
Where
thing
did
they
fucking
had.
go? And he's using the bubble charges as well.
Oh my god.
I'm fucking rooting for APB.
Bias casting, I'm sorry. Won't happen again.
The thing is that
All three.
X Factor, right, in this game.
Medusa
for sure.
is very hard to kill.
She's trying to get her second item.
So, today we have got none other than Granny's Cookies. Yeah, my settings do suck, but you fucking set them up, you prick. I just test things, I don't make them, understand them. That's for developers. But yeah, we've got Granny's Cookies versus the Goon, the Bad, and the Goddamn Fucking Ugly. So, who's on each team? Granny's Cookies have Robert, Archd, Spineapple, Foxful, and Hungrylikedawolf. Whereas the Goon, the Bad, the Ugly have Larry Llama, Teddy, TheGrumpyNerd, Vi, and Winston. But I believe we have stand-ins. So it looks like for the Goon, the Bad, the Ugly, we actually have Coop standing in for Vi, and it looks like we've got Vespa and Microsoft PowerPoint standing in for Hungrylikedawolf and Foxful. Unknown team. I believe one of these is meant to be Weebs, but I can't work out who the fuck it is. So, what we're going to do, we're going to take a little jump over. These are the two teams. This is their logos that they have. Obviously, you can easily tell the Goon, the Bad, the Ugly, because they're all fucking Pyrian. And I believe that's Cortez joining me.
It do be.
Hello, Cortez. How you doing?
How are you, my friend? It's been a long time since I've talked to you.
It really has. It was last GTR recast, wasn't it? Where we actually played.
Yeah.
Jeez, it's been a while. What have you been up to?
Everything is good. I have been working my ass off
Oof.
for the last couple of months. You can't really call it busy season at work, but we are just hyper busy.
As you'd expect. As you'd expect.
Yes. Yeah, but I feel my second win kicking in. I've been up since 5:30 this morning. I am ready to cast some dotes.
Jesus, 5:30.
Mm-hmm.
So what's that? So you're what, 5 hours behind, aren't you?
Yeah, 10:30.
Fuck me. Yep, would not be doing that.
Has already set the lobby up yet?
I don't believe so. I've not received any invites. I'm looking at the group now with Coop and the Grumpy Nerd. They're still waiting. I have mistakenly drank This has been my 5th bottle of Lucozade Energy, you know, the fizzy one. And it's really making me trip. I'm so spaced out at the moment.
Don't have a heart attack.
It literally feels like my head is going 1,000 miles a minute, which can't be good because, you know, it's just not meant to do that. But it looks fun.
Sound good at all. Oh my god, this new armory, like they redid all the tabs for items.
I hate it. I fucking hate it.
No, au contraire. I think it's so much better than what was previous. Because, like, you could never find anything.
Yeah, it just feels so weird because I used to be able to just scroll across to the hero and see all my items and go, yeah, I want that, and that. But now it's like, oh yeah, here's all the sets you could have. Just chip out some money for it. I don't give a fuck. I just want my sets there. It's a scam, I tell you.
I think it's just more organized.
I think it's a scam for them to try and get more money. They're just presenting all these sets, trying to get you to spend.
Man, I just spent shards like a week ago on the Kunkka like zombie pirate, and now they give me this.
I know, there's so many nice ones in there now, isn't there?
Yeah, okay, the Death Prophet one I'm not a big fan of. Oh, but the rest look smashing good.
They do, I absolutely love them.
I love the Dawn. Oh, I love the Primal Beast one.
Definitely have to start spamming some more games, get up those points.
I still need to spam games to get my other treasures.
Yeah, I haven't got any of them. Like
I have one.
I have played virtually 0 games. He's a bit behind here, so he might be struggling, might be busy. Or he might be setting up the TED one first.
Probably.
That is what I
Jonas
suspect.
also had his game set up right before us too.
Yes. I don't envy Elliot at the moment because he's got to manage, 4 games on the go? Because Nutkin's in one, so he could probably set up his own, to be fair. But you do have the other series going on at the moment, which are Team Spherical versus Mancaf, Goon, no, what are they called? George Foreman plus Grill against Team Stray, which is a cracking game, by the way. Yeah, same shit. I've got everything but the AM. Oh, you can? You can take it to only have what you've got. Where the fuck does it say that? Oh, yeah, you can. You just take the purchasable one. Thank you, Shin. My mods are useful. A bit abusive, but they're useful. So, let's have a look. Okay, what are you thinking this game's going to be like? Just based on the players themselves.
Based on the players themselves, well, let's run through who we've got here, because we had our plans moved at the last moment.
We did, because we were meant to be casting the KBJ versus Chrono game, which is going to be a classic.
We have been eminent domained by the man himself, Pyrian Flax.
I am not surprised. It happened yesterday.
Really do about it.
Did it yesterday, he's going to do it again today. So I reckon if that game goes horribly, I would not be surprised if he grabs one of the others, or just goes and plays Dota himself.
I would believe he would go and play Dota himself.
Yeah.
But on the side of the Goon, the Bad, and the Ugly, we have Larry Llama at 1, Teddy at 2, Grumpy Nerd 3. Who's been, I think he was playing in the stack this morning. Actually,
I believe so. He was, yes.
Flax lately. Hopefully, he's picked up some tips from playing with Flax and Joe.
No,
all of those goodies.
Maybe not with Ted. Maybe not Ted's tips.
Maybe not Ted's tips. Vi and Winston on support. I believed when I read through these rosters, I think this is the strongest support duo in the tournament.
So Vi's not actually playing today. We have a stand-in, which is Coop.
Oh, we have Coop. Okay.
Yep, another strong stand-in.
Yeah, I can't discount how much Coop's impact could be. And then on the side of Granny's Cookies, we have one of the wild card teams, the lads who joined just off of the Goon International. We have Robert, pause 1, ArchD 2, Spineapple 3, Foxful 4, and I believe you said Weebs who's
So
going to be standing in.
he's meant to be, yes, but I can't work out who the actual players are because we've got 2 people in the lobby or in the stack at the moment, and their names don't match what's on the sheet. We've got Vespa and Microsoft PowerPoint. Now my assumption is Microsoft PowerPoint is Weebs, because it's the sort of thing Weebs would do. So that might be 2 stand-ins, unless they're just differently named. So we might have to actually find out with Eri. They might do a little check on that. I think 2 is the maximum stand-ins you can have. They do have to be approved, obviously. We have been told to keep an eye on Weebs, because obviously he is one of those players who's borderline in-house / too good. So if he ends up stomping them, we might have to pull him and report back to Eri. Which obviously isn't going to be fun, because it's all in spirit, it's all meant to be a good laugh. You don't really want to destroy somebody's playing time. But at the same time, you need to keep it balanced, don't you?
Yeah, and it's even harder because the rest of the lads he's playing with are relatively new. So I don't have any sort of gauge on how good the rest of the team is. He could very well outshine all of them and it turn into, you know, Weebs just trying to solo carry the game from a support role. But if the other lads can hold their weight and it's a well-rounded team, if he has enough of an impact, then yeah, we might have to go to Eri with a little review after this series is over.
Looks like Eri has just joined their channel, so he might be having chats with them, finding out what's going on. The Paragon KBJ stack is starting to build, so I imagine that won't be long now before they get going. This is probably the busiest I've seen all these channels in a while, because you've still got what?
Probably since last year.
Yeah, because you've even got what 2 Dota games on the go and 2 small stacks, 3 small stacks, plus the 4 games that are going to be going on for the GTI. It's pretty fucking manic, I tell you.
Oh my goodness. The Caster 1 channel with Red, NPR, Ben, and Zoe. That sounds like a bucket of fun.
2 hot for Dota plus Red. I would be asking some serious questions in there about NPR's desertion from LOL, formerly.
Speaking of which, it is quite the sight to see Lizard inquiring on the status of NPR this time around.
It is. We have a password.
Okay.
Yes, allow access, you piece of crap. What are you doing, Dota? Have you been messaged it?
No, I have not.
Okay, I will drop you a cheeky little DM. What should we call our channel? Any thoughts?
I don't know. Cap SVG?
Cat plus SVG. There we go. So, what we're going to do is we're going to have the draft very soon, which I'm actually looking forward to, because I think it's going to be a hell of a game. I think the draft, I think just based on knowledge, the Dire might have an advantage because they have seen a lot of Radiant play in the flat stacks, as we know. Yeah, because we do have 2 stand-ins, don't we?
So as alluded to, Coop is standing in on GBU. Hungry like the wolf when AWOL got kicked. So Foxful is
yep.
Microsoft PowerPoint.
Why can't they just have names which match what they signed up as? It's ridiculous.
Shouldn't the tournament shouldn't you like set your name when you're part of a team so that doesn't happen?
I believe so, but I'm not sure how it's enforced. Because it might be a case of it stays as it is in here, but when we actually go to the game, it's something different. And speaking of which,
we are into the draft, ladies and gentlemen, goons and goonettes. Welcome to GTI 2023. Granny's Cookies versus the Goon, the Bad, and the Ugly. I'm Cortez.
And I am Super Duper Noodle.
And we are into the first ban phase.
Yeah, what sort of heroes are you expecting from the ban? Do you think they're going to go meta, or do you think they've done a bit of research?
I see it probably a mix of what they see on Ted's channel and a mix of just Goon staples. I would expect Jakiro to either be first banned or first picked here.
What about the Witch Doctor?
The targeted Oracle ban. Witch Doctor also very powerful this patch. Could sneak through. Although Radiant with 4 bans might value spending one of them on the Doctor. And there
it is.
Meanwhile, Morphling banned out on GBU. Does Granny's Cookies have a Morphling specialist?
It looks like they might do, because I suspect Grumpy or Larry might have done their research and just looked at their most played heroes. And it looks like Grannies are actually doing meta heroes, so I don't think they've done any research at all. Well, saying that, the only thing that might be a bit of research is the Oracle. But then Coop is a known Oracle player, and so is Vi, so that might have been that target.
That is absolutely targeted.
I do like the snap pick though. I do like it. A great pos 4, assuming it is going to be played pos 4.
I am assuming that is a first pick snap to show off the Snailfire skin.
I mean, it's a valid reason to do it.
but a reason nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, I'd definitely do it if I just got a great new skin. Like, if I had the Anti-Mage skin, I would be 100% picking Anti-Mage in this game. I would first pick it and not give a shit.
I mean, it helps that I do enjoy Anti-Mage once in a while.
He is a cancerous hero. Once he gets online, he is so hell to play against.
But now, she is a cancerous hero.
Correct, yes. You can't assume nowadays, can you?
I'm honestly a fan of all of them except the male PA persona. I can even stomach Kid Invoker, but male PA just feels so bland.
I can't remember which one that is. I'm not sure if I've seen that.
I think, who's been playing it in the flax stacks in the morning? Munchie? Is Munchie playing Pause 1? I think he has it.
Possibly. I'm curious now as to which one it is. I'll have a look after the game, because I want to see that. Is that one of the ones that you might have got from like the Battle Pass, something like that?
That was from, I believe it was from last year's TI Battle Pass, was it not?
I can't remember. I didn't go ham on the last one.
Might have been a year before. I think it's been in the game for a while now.
Yeah, I've gone ham on way too many battle passes, so I've actually died it back a little bit. Just restricting the spending, trying to be sensible, you know. What do you think about this? The Troll and the Rubik.
The Rubik ban makes me think they're going for big team fight oriented spells. And they don't want it with Ravage to set up possible Rubik steals. They are looking to eliminate any sort of counterplay. The Troll's pretty good right now. I've played a couple of games of Troll since the patch. He feels good. I think I got like 20 kills on each of those games and lost both of those games. Standard Goon play.
Do you not think that Troll can easily be kited if you got the right setup for it? A couple of 4-stars.
Yeah, if you've got the right setup, but also if your team has the lockdown for you, you know, Snapfire can build an ATOS. I'm just throwing supports out there. It's tough without the lockdown though. And yes, if they build 4 stabs or if you get zoned out, I think one of those games that I had to play into a pause 1 monkey who was able to keep up with me in farm, and every time I tried to go in, he would just pop monkey ult, and I would have to pop my ult just to be able to survive long enough to make an impact in the team fights.
So one of the heroes that has just been ignored for the time being is the Warlock. Doesn't seem like they're a fan of it.
Possibly not at least a fan of it mid. Although we've only gone through, you know, 2 picks.
Oh,
A silencer to shut down any sort of team fight. I think they're going for, yeah. The Rubik ban here makes a lot of sense now.
I mean that's just an instant shutdown to your Bane, isn't it? You can't do anything now. You even try and Fiend's Grip, out comes the Global Silence, and you're just useless.
Yeah, these globals can, because of the Bane and the Tide, the way the Radiant has set up their draft so far, you can either use these globals preemptively or reactively. So it gives good flexibility for when they want to go in. They don't have to commit every ultimate that they have.
There's a classic.
Jakiro.
Yep. The last game I saw him played was the Team game, and it was James playing it, and he went ham. Like, there were ice paths, 4-man, 5-man ice paths, 4 5-man macro pyres. The goons just don't know what to do with it. They just stand in it all the time or walk into it.
The new Ags, for sure,
It's brilliant.
seems like a game changer. Oh yeah, it's exactly what the hero needed, I think. A hero that we have not seen very much of in the last couple of months, Dazzle, coming out on Granny's Cookies.
Something that just dawned on me, one of these 3 heroes is a core, either Snap, Silencer or Jakiro.
I'd put my money on the Silencer, but it could also be a pause 3 Snap or even a mid Snap. But I think the odds of that are way lower.
Thinking mid Silencer? Ooh.
I think we'll have to see once the rest of the draft shakes out. But I do think this has a good chance to be a mid Silencer. That would be would that be Teddy? That would be Evil Teddy.
There's the axe. You could sort of predict that coming with the Dazzles in play.
Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll see if they follow the phylactery build.
Now I know if I say axe as a counter to Dazzle, I will probably get Snoog appear out of nowhere and just go on a massive rant.
It's also a counter to Fiend's Grip without having to commit global.
That is true, yeah. Unless, of course, the axe is the one getting gripped.
Yes, but then you have to commit. It shuts down the Bane in a way where you can't, unless you have Ags, I think, where... Oh no, Ags only spawns like the 3 Bane illusions. You can't grip 2 people at a time, so you either have to use it on the Silencer or the Axe, which lets the other one, plus the eventual carry, run free in the team fight. So I do like this pick a lot.
Do you reckon
they
it's
long way,
paired
they
with a
also have a
Snapfire?
long range way to cancel it. Yeah, you've got some good synergy here on GBU. Call can set up into Ice Path, into Macropyre, into Mortimer's Kisses.
And we still don't know what their carry's going to be. It's got to be something which can counter the Slark, or at least keep up with him. And they're getting rid of like the meta carries, like your PA. The Wood Gyro's already gone. The Goon's basically banned half of themselves.
We'll see. To round it out, a
Ooh.
PL. That can definitely deal with Slark.
It can.
Once your illusions get tanky enough to where Dark Pack won't dispel all of them, I do like this. The Bane has no answer for this. Dazzle has no answer for this other than to build 4 staffs and just hope that he doesn't go on you.
So Dazzle does have a semi sort of counter in her shard. So obviously that will instantly destroy the illusions.
Yes, the shard will help, but if this PL plays it correctly,
Yeah, it won't make a difference. He'll
should.
just spawn 10 more.
And I do believe that makes this a mid silencer.
Yes. Now the question is, what Radiant going to pick mid?
Radiant needs something to deal. There's a lot of wave clear on the side of Dire. Their wave clear is not very good. They're going to need something to deal with the PL illusions a little better. Drow is banned by themselves. Who would I go here?
So it might not win the lane, but it has a very good chance of winning the game once you get the BKB or Yules. You got the hero like a Storm Spirit or an Ember Spirit, because where's the actual reliable lockdown coming? You've got to get the Blink Call or a Ice Path from nowhere. There's no instant disable.
Yeah, unless you get Silencer E on you when you try to zip and you'll instantly be silenced.
That's what the BKB's for.
This could be a free Storm game. Let's see.
Oh, the Mid Warlock.
The Morlock, the last pick on the side of Granny's Cookies. All right, well, now that the drafts are sorted out, I still have to give the edge. I still have to give the edge to the Goon, the Bad, and the Ugly here.
Oh, wait, it's not a Mid Warlock. It's a Mid Dazzle.
It's a Mid Dazzle. Interesting. Okay, well, I do like that because he can harass the Silencer much better than the Warlock can. All you need is a Poison Touch and then clicks, so you're really not worried about being silenced. What I really want to see though, I want to see how Slark deals with this Axe Snapfire or Axe Jakiro lane. I think it's gonna be Axe Snap. It's gotta be.
Was Teddy the 4? I think Teddy was the 4.
Oh,
No,
no,
Teddy's the mid.
So
that's a mid snap.
It's mid snap. Oh my god! What a mid matchup in our first match here.
Mid snap versus mid dazzle. Like, who predicts that? Who in their right mind would predict that?
So what does this make? Dire's draft is the rest of the heroes could really just go anywhere.
This is just baffling. It really is. Like, I just don't even know what to say to this. This is just so weird. It really is. But it's definitely... Wait. Yeah, it's definitely a mid-dazzle.
So with Coop filling in, that's going to be pause 4. So it's a pause 4 silencer.
Yep. Which isn't... It's quite nice with the axe, to be fair, because you get up the Battle Hunger and you get up the Arcane Curse. That's a lot of tick damage, which Slark isn't going to like. I mean, can you Dark Pack those off? I'm not sure. I think you can, can't you?
You Dark Pact, which one?
The Battle Hunger and the Arcane Curse.
Let's silencer, dispellable. And
It says yes, they're both dispellable. So it'll be interesting to see whether he actually does it. Because if they spam it out one at a time, he's got to keep dark pacting, and that's going to start costing him a lot of health. Looks like we might have a battle for the rune here.
We do, both heroes posturing around the top rune. Let the battle begin as Winston gets a really nice dual breath onto 2 heroes. Teddy follows up with a harassment shotgun blast, but that's going to do it. No first blood at the runes, but Robert is going to have to go to lane and burn all of his tangos on the way there. Oh, we might have a second fight here. Teddy giving Arch the clicks to zone out. Now that's FedEx on the axe, isn't it?
No, FedEx isn't in this one. This is.
What is that? That's Grumpy.
I think it's Grumpy. Pos 3.
I thought Grumpy just went by Grumpy. I thought that was.
Yeah, Pos 3 is Grumpy. Awkward players without awkward names.
It's a very FedEx name, though. In my defense.
It really is. The Warlock is taking a bit of a beating up top. There's a nice bit of harass coming out from Larry and from Winston. Well, Winston doesn't have much mana. So, here's a question for you. How do you think the Warlock and the Tide are actually going to win this lane? At the moment,
I think the best you can hope for, I think the Warlock has to at least 2 points in Shadow Word. Just give Tide the survivability he needs to walk up and anchor smash creeps, and you just trade the farm. You get your Tide a quick enough blink, and you can start making moves around the map with Bane and Warlock. I don't think this lane is necessarily winnable. I think it's survivable, and that's what I think that Granny's Cookies needs to do in the top lane.
So there is some little lane shenanigans going, because Llama has pulled it all the way back to near enough to tier 2. So that's a nice bit of XP for both of them, and they're denying a lot of XP to Spineapple and... Where'd he go? Where'd the Warlock go? Oh, there he is, to Microsoft PowerPoint, or Foxful as he's known. I don't know, I think this... Already, this top lane is definitely favouring the Goon, the Bad, and the Ugly. Cause it feels like Granny's Cookies are just being shut out completely here. They are managing to get some CS, which is good.
It does. Robert is struggling a bit down here. Only 7 CS so far. I think the Axe is doing a good job of zoning him. Meanwhile, up top, Winston still has the Mango and 7 stick charges, so he could load up. I wouldn't do it yet, though, with only level 2. Only 1 point in dual breath. Once you get level 3, I think you could pop everything and just throw it on the Warlock so he can't walk in to support the Tidehunter.
Especially with the Blood Grenade, that's just guaranteed a kill there. Especially if PL throws out his Spirit Lance. I forget what it's called.
Yep, that is what it's called.
It does look
Larry,
like...
though, taking some decent harass from the Imps.
So worth mentioning, this mid lane, the Dazzle does have 10 denies already. 12 denies make that.
Yeah, part of that was a moment ago. Teddy just blasted the wave and left the range creep and one or two melee creeps at like 10 HP, so they were very easy denies for Arch.
Oh, that's rough.
And now Teddy's out of mana completely.
And he's not got a bottle either.
He decided to go for Bracer first, so the bottle will be quite a ways away.
Meanwhile, our bot Robert is getting very low. He does have another set of tangos though, and looks like he's burnt through 2 of them already.
Robert, I don't know how you have not taken a level in Dark Pact yet, unless you know something that we don't, where these are not dispellable. Slark only takes 30% damage from Dark Pact now, so seriously, like, get a value point in it, my man. Get it at level 4, please. It'll make your laning experience so much more pleasant.
Like, Coop and Grumpy are literally dominating this lane now.
Yep, Winston trying to make a move on Foxful up top. Forces him to use the Shadow Word on himself. Retreats into the trees. All the lanes going pretty well. It's a stalemate so far. PL leading the way on CS, as you would expect, followed by the mid Dazzle. Dazzle clicks, and he's got the Blightstone.
That's going to be
Not
painful.
something to be taken lightly.
Do you reckon he goes for the full, what's it called?
The full Deso? I would say eventually, yes.
Orb of Corrosion is what I was thinking, sorry.
I think he would have the Orb of Venom already if he was going for the Orb of Corrosion.
Yeah?
Oh, Winston. Oh, whiffing the dual breath. Vesper having to go all the way back to base here. This is prime first blood opportunity in the bottom lane.
It is surprising. It's nearly 6 minutes and there's not been a kill. Probably the
You've got
longest we've had in the game
15
so far.
You've got about 15 seconds before this Bane returns to lane. You've got creeps under tower.
Yeah, they should definitely
Axe
be looking at
pulling the
diving
wave.
there.
They definitely should be. Deciding to play it safe though. Axe is securing his own farm as well.
So now the Axe has actually got the Vanguard, he doesn't need to actually stay up here. He can literally just walk behind the lane in between tier 1 and tier 2 and just completely cut the creeps. Force the Slark to fight them under the tower. And he will just take so much damage from the creeps because he's got nothing. Oh, meanwhile
Yes.
up top, something's
Slark's
going
lane
on.
is struggling. Winston caught out without mana now. Upheaval to slow, but it's only a level 1 upheaval. Everybody's just hovering in that do I go on them level amount of health? Even Teddy's having to retreat under his tier 1.
Yeah, Arch is.
Arch has full mana, misses the cookie. Arch has 3 levels in poison touch. Winston going for the wisdom rune. He gets it. But is he gonna pay for it with his life?
He could just TP'd out, but he's going to go for the fight. He wants to kill.
He's got to. He's going for the fight. He has no stick
He's
charges.
got the blood grenade.
He has a lotus. He has a lotus, and
There's
he has
the
a blood
blood grenade.
This is it.
He's got it. He's got the kill.
Fairy fire on Foxful. The Shadow Word
There's
is not
the
enough.
first blood.
To Winston.
Well
7
played.
minutes into the game, Winston wins the war of attrition. Picks up his mana boots. Doesn't wait to use them until he's back with his PL. Meanwhile, Robert trying to take the large camp. He's in very deep. Dire needs to punish this. Axe, please go on the Slark. Please go on the Slark.
You have
Now he
cool.
recognizes it, but Slark is now no longer silenced. He can pounce away.
Oh, they're diving. They have no reason to stop because Vanguard is good.
Oh, there's
the
call.
call.
They walk into it. Slark is going to go down here. Pops a big stick charge. The blood grenade to follow up. Dark packs off all the dot damage. He's actually fine if he can juke in the trees. Grumpy looking for... Doesn't have dunk yet. Slark pounces away on 60 HP, and he's going to go for the TP, and he makes it. Meanwhile, top lane, Winston also 1 HP, fighting under the tier 1. Gush finishes it off. Winston all... goes down. Larry Llama alone in this top lane. Gauze coming out from Teddy, picks up the kill on Arch with a haste rune. He's gonna get a double here, easy. Or he's gonna leave it
He's
for Larry.
saving it. Oh, that's what you want to see.
Player.
That is beautiful. You know your carry needs to get ahead. You give him the kill. Just teamwork. Just beautiful teamwork. Whew.
Larry picks up a gift kill, is still going to have 50 CS before the 10-minute mark. He's Bing chillin'.
And he's rushing the
first.
Ags.
Yeah, first item Ags. He goes for the Blade of Alacrity first, but into Ags rather than into Diffusal.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to think of that.
I don't hate it. A double bounce on Spirit Lance. Meanwhile, down bottom, there's a call on Slark with some neutrals within it. Slark's going to be really, really low. Grumpy's still not level 6.
This is
Not
sort
have
of
the
embarrassing. The fact that he's not... There's the 6, but that is 9.5 minutes. That is very slow for the off lane.
Yeah, this axe should have been cutting creeps for the last 5 minutes with Vanguard. This Slark should not have a lane whatsoever.
No. I mean, to be fair, the Axe does have significantly more CS. But in about 1 creep's time, Slark is going to hit 6, and the balance of this lane changes completely.
Winston trying to go for the Lotus, but he gets slapped up by the Anchor Smash. Slow on top of it. He gives it the walk away with the Ice Path.
Oh.
Oh, meanwhile, mid, Arch dives tower, kills Teddy. The Blitz Knuckles online, he is big farmed. Going for a Force Staff, actually.
Which
Maybe to save maybe to save people who get called, who get Ice Pathed.
Yeah, I like it. It's not all about that damage, it's about helping your team.
Yeah, a little sacrificial mid play here.
So what I would have done here, probably grave that Carty, because that tier 1 is 24 HP.
He could just walk up and hit it.
Yep.
He doesn't need.
However, there is an invisible Winston.
Winston is trying to set up here. Arch has no mana. He's only got mana for 1 spell. If Winston tries to hit him with the combo, but he's waiting for Snapfire to waddle back to lane. TP on cooldown. Arch playing it safe though, retreats into his jungle. The rock drop bottom by Foxful, but
Nothing
not really
comes
going
of
to
it.
accomplish much here. It forces a TP out of Winston. Oh. Put your goal. Oh my god, he's putting the golem on the tower rather than the heroes who are half HP.
I mean, just 1 hit on Winston there took about 1/5 of his HP off.
Yeah, the golems are strong at level 6, man. Get them on some heroes. Winston only with 5 armor.
If we swap over to net worth, PL and Axe are in the lead, but not far behind is the Dazzle, which we expect, because he's having a very free, fun lane.
He is having a good lane. Spineapple just happy to stand in the PL illusions, not anchor smashing them for some reason.
The thing that is disappointing is if you look at Robert and if you look at Teddy's net worth, they are quite far down.
Indeed.
There's a
Especially
global.
starting for Robert, but there is a global up top as they bring 4 heroes to kill Larry. Teddy's gauze not enough. Will not get any return unless Foxful just decides to stand in it, but he's going to heal himself up, give it the walk away as well. Teddy trying to chase, misses the scatter blast.
Oh, but
Dyer
HD
is
has come
rotating
back.
Dyer is rotating up through the river. They're going to be able to hit him in the back. A call by Axe into the Macropyre, but a Fiend Script to cancel it. Canceled then by the Ice Path. Spineapple, he's already ravaged, so his job is done. He really has nothing else to give, but an Anchor Smash will clean up the Axe. That could have been so good for Dyer, but they chained their stuns really well. They canceled the Fiend's Grip with the Ice Path, but they just ran out of spells.
Dyer's courier has been killed.
Tidehunter proved to be too tanky.
They're not stopping. They want to keep fighting.
No, with that mid-tier 1 gone, they have all the space they need to keep going. Arch is out of mana, though. Has the completed Witchblade. So it ends up not being the Force Staff first item. He's going back for it.
Still has it queued up though. So maybe second item.
He is going forward after the fact. Maybe into a Hurricane Pike. Who knows?
Question is, what is this Slark
A
going
call down
for?
bottom. A call down bottom onto Slark. Dark packs off the last word. He pounces away. They need more than just the Axe at this point. He doesn't even have to burn Shadow Dance.
Now, this is the big problem that the Goon and the Baddie Ugly have. There is no reliable lockdown. Unless you get like the Jakiro teaming up with the Axe, that you get the instant
Arch
blink
just gonna
call.
run down Teddy in the mid lane with the Witchblade slow. The dot damage from Poison Touch and the Witchblade enough to secure a kill on the enemy mid. Dazzle takes over your top net worth position.
And there's a lovely
And he
arcane
is
rune
very
top.
close. Very close to that Force Staff now.
So the question of what Slark was going to do with his 2k gold is he's going straight for the Echo Saber.
Dyer's middle tower is
Yeah, he needs to catch up here. Axe whiffs the blink. They walk forward, but the rock on 3 and a really good fatal bonds. The global comes out too late. Axe is gonna get a return dunk on Vesper. He should be able to kill the Warlock as well. And if Slark walks into him, he doesn't have call for 6, but he gets the dunk anyway on the Warlock. And now Slark will have to run away. He's gonna go in for the kill on the Axe. He gets it, but he's gonna trade his life for it. That is not worth it. Robert,
Definitely not worth.
Your lane was so difficult. You got free kills, and then you run in and feed. No, I can't support that. Tide, meanwhile, has a meteor hammer.
Okay.
So it gives them some tower push.
So I believe that's currently the meta build on Tide. You go for the Meteor Hammer.
I don't hate it. This team has no other building clickers.
They don't. Not until Dazzle gets like... Oh, he's going straight Hex.
Yeah, not until Dazzle gets some damage items, and not until Slark has like 30 Essence Shift stacks. But he's just going to run down Winston again, not even bothering to turn around an Ice Path. His fate is sealed. Another kill for the Dazzle.
Up top though, Ravage was blown to defend himself.
Fiend's Grip blown as well, with Fatal Bonds on top of it. Just standing there channeling the upheaval. It's a nice call onto 2. Cancels the Meteor Hammer. He's trying to waddle away. That was another Blood Grenade, I think, but it was purged off by the Kraken Shell. Now Larry very low. Slark cut TP's in. And he's going to get a double kill. Double kill for Robert.
And he is now...
He's back in this game, going for a Shadow Blade next item.
The rotations from Radiant is just outshining Goon the Bad Ugly at the moment.
Teddy should get this tier 1 bottom. They'll trade tier 1s. Teddy has an Atos finished. Teddy has no TP though, so he couldn't defend even if he wanted to.
That Hex is surprisingly not far off being done. About 1700 gold away. That's going to be a pre-20 minute Hex, which is going to be scary on Dazzle.
Yeah, especially because you better think that he's going to go Shard right after Hex, so he'll have double Hex.
Yeah. I mean, that alone is a counter to PL.
But you know what's a counter to all this Warlock damage? Grumpy is just about to get this Blade Mail.
I would have said BKB, but yeah, that as well.
Well, I think it's going to be a while before anybody on Radiant gets a BKB to stop that. No, they have no BKB builders. Dazzle might eventually get one. No, he's actually going for Lincoln's instead.
Oh, he swapped it up.
He's changed it up, yeah.
I don't get why. The only single target they've got really is Spirit Lance, isn't it? Unless you count maybe Last Word.
It's not going to block the dunk. So, I don't know.
Oh, does it? Does it block dunk?
Pretty sure dunk goes through everything. Speaking of, a call by Axe in the mid lane. The freshly bought Blade Mail popped. Dazzle's going to have to grave himself. He's going for the grave TP.
Dunk him!
He was glimmered. He was glimmered.
No detection!
Then a Fiend's Grip onto the X. Yeah, no detection found whatsoever. A call by Axe to buy him some time with the extra armor, but he falls as well under the tower. Teddy now gonna die too. The rest of Dire showing up too little too late. Coop and Winston walking into feed. Robert is here, the Slark is here, and he's hungry. It's a triple kill for Foxful with the golems.
What?
Right. Spine? Okay.
Clip it, ship it.
Put it in the VOD.
Okay, so I've been told that dunk doesn't go through Lincoln's. So that could be why, to protect himself from it.
Could be. It'll cancel the cast. It'll put it on cooldown too, actually, so that means he can't dunk anybody else.
That's kind of annoying as well.
It's a big brain pickup if that's the case.
Like
you said, Dire has really no other spells other than Spirit Lance to cancel Lincoln's. And the Shard is done as well, so he'll have a Hex anyway.
This is gonna get rough for the Goon Bad Ugly very quickly. Which is a bit worrying, to be fair. Because I don't think this mid-snap has paid off as well as they hoped it would.
They need PL to as soon as he gets this defusal, which he's only 400 gold off of, he needs to find a pickoff or two and accelerate this hard timing.
I don't think he'll be ready to fight, even with defusal. He's going defusal into heart, which I don't like. I reckon if he gets a Manta in there, brilliant. But maybe he's just worried about potentially the Dazzle just instantly destroying the illusions.
Well, the heart wouldn't matter there.
It wouldn't. Unless he goes Lincoln's himself, maybe. Because there's a lot of single target that you want blocked here.
There is a lot of that goes through BKB too, with Warlock's Golem ult and Fiend's Grip will go through BKB too.
Speaking of BKBs, Axe has got one queued up.
Posturing going on in the mid lane. Larry has his defusal. He's looking to get that pick in the mid lane. But Radiant have brought numbers. Arch can link up very quickly if necessary. Spine has a TP. Ravage is up in 10 seconds. They're going to look to take a fight here. I think the supports are just hanging themselves out to try to get Goon Bad Ugly to jump. And they will respond with immediate TPs. Arch is already TP'd to the tier 2 mid. Spineapple now TPing in as well. They're bringing everybody. The Axe half health just off the imp damage. Oh no. If you're Goon Bad Ugly, you need to get out now. You've lost your advantage. But Larry's the one who gets jumped. That's a nice global and a nice ice path followed up by a call. But the Ravage on top of it and the Golem, it's too much AoE damage. The Grave to save Robert as well. It's a 2 for 2, but you've lost your cores on Goon Bad Ugly. You need to get out now.
I don't think they're getting out. I think they're being hunted down. There's Fatal Bonds, and there's a Golem chasing.
There's a cookie to try to save Winston, and Atos on the Golem. Nice plays from Teddy to save his support. Keep this fight from being any worse for the Dire. But Larry being the one caught out on the side.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
He had vision, but they walked in under the cover of the trees. They walked from the one blind spot that Dire has in this mid area.
I just want to quickly check something.
Robert almost getting caught there, has to Shadow Blade away and gets graved.
Something a little weird going on here, I think. I'll have to keep an eye on it.
Keep an eye on that. It looks like action's about to pop off again in the Radiant jungle. Axe under the cover of smoke, looking for a jump here. Smoke gets broken by Spineapple. Oh, he doesn't just blink past him. Secures the space for the tier 1 tower to fall, but he's going to eat the meteor hammer. They're going to sacrifice Spineapple here.
I think he's just going to walk away. They can't stop him.
Axe has blink again. Oh, he's too deep though. He will not blink chase it.
So I think that was a slight...
Tier 1 secured. It's just another objective off the map.
It is. I think that was a slight misplay from Dota because they split up their targets. You had Axe going off one side. PL had got the Dazzle down extremely low. In fact, he's probably on like 1 HP at one point. But they had no way to finish him off through the grave.
Robert's going to rat this tier 2 up top with the help of the cart. That's a tier 2 down. Traded for the tier 2 mid. Larry's a little low here.
He's very low.
I don't think you should be frontlining here, sir.
No, that was definitely an opportunity to just go in there and kill him.
Radiant will definitely be looking for that opportunity now. Ravage is freshly back up again. And they're hanging out still in vision.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Slark's going to look for the initiation. He's got a harpoon. He can very quickly build up a lot of essence shift stacks.
Bounty.
Radiant is hunting. Dire has split up. This is perfect time for Radiant to go.
And they're heading straight down towards the Axe, it looks like.
They see the Axe farming in the wave. They see Coop TP. Now Axe is alone down here. They gotta jump him, and here comes Robert looking for the jump.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
There it is. The call. The
Oh,
blade mail to
oh.
answer. He might get low enough. He might get low enough from the spins. Robert needs to get away. One more spin could have been the end of the Slark.
A little dicey there, a little dicey.
They do get the pick on Grumpy that they were looking for, and it'll secure them the space they need to take this tier 2. Slowly choking out Goon Bad Ugly. This is really good play from Granny's Cookies so far. This is a cracking game.
It is. And it's still very, very even despite the 8 kill net worth, the 8 kill difference. There's only a 4k net worth difference.
Dire's bottom
Yep.
tower
Now a 5k is another tier 2 falls, but this PL could still be the answer that Dire need to get back into this game.
The Dazzle changed it up again. Instead of the Lincolns, went straight for the Hex. Went back for it.
Got the Hex, it is now going for a BKB.
Which I like. I like the BKB choice. Because around Global Silence and the Ice Path, you need something to dispel it.
Radiant's top tower is
Larry's
under
going to pick
attack.
up the Reaver here. He is 2k gold off of his heart.
And that definitely will allow them to be a bit more aggressive in pushing, because you just send out all these big-ass tanky illusions. But it looks like they're looking to fight again. They don't want them to give them space.
They know PL was just farming the top wave. They're looking for him.
They
He is
found him.
completely isolated.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
No, there are no towers to TP2 to give him support. Larry knows it.
Ooh.
Dodges the pounce with the juxtapose. Great job.
Well played, Larry. Well fucking played.
A well-timed doppelganger to dodge the leash. He will escape with his life. Dire just working to reestablish map control in their own triangle to guarantee Llama's farm. Inching closer to the heart. Radiant decides to back up. They walk into the Roche pit. Yeah, you get an Aegis on Slark. You can look to start sieging high ground. This is a very slow Roche though.
I wouldn't want Slark sieging high ground though, to be fair. Because he is still very squishy. He's not got that Scardy yet.
Middle tower
Yeah, this is not. And if you're Dire and you see no waves being pushed in,
Yeah, they're basically at a tier 2 and there's nothing being done. Although to be fair, the top lane and the bottom lane are quite pushed in.
they do pick up their Tormentor, and that'll be the shard on the Winston. But it comes at the cost of Roche.
fallen to the Radiant.
So, I don't fully mind that, because Radiant haven't taken their own yet.
You know why I don't mind it? And they immediately smoke up too. They're still up top looking for Larry. I don't mind it because you're denying a Roche heart timing from the Phantom Lancer.
Yes.
So I think that Roche is more about denying Dire an opportunity to get back into this game
Oh.
than it is to just solidify their own lead.
Poor
Slark
Winston.
finds Winston. He's Lotused up. Hesitates for a second. The Ravage on top. Standing in the Macropyre. It's a nice call from the Axe trying to drag them into the Macropyre, but it burns the Aegis, and it's a good rock on top. Granny's Kisses out of Granny's Cookies to try to zone him out. Larry Llama should get some cleanup kills here. It's a grip onto the Axe. He goes down to the grip damage, but Robert, the Aegis is already burned. Larry's on the hunt. He picks him up. That's the fight that Dire needs. Larry's heart is done. Going back for the Manta now. PL is very shortly going to be online and dangerous and a problem for Granny's Cookies.
That was a lot of damage. They didn't deal with the illusions.
PL out damaging the Warlock ult, the Axe Call, top damage in that last fight. Well played from Larry. Gets him right where he needs to be.
Yeah, that is putting him right to the top of the net worth. And I think it's just going to escalate from there. I don't think they've got anything to deal with him now. They've basically got to get the Hex first. Do they have the Shard? They got the Shard, so you got to get the Shard. The Hex into the Poison Touch, maybe into a Fiend's Grip. And with slight beating on him, you might be able to bring him down. Otherwise,
Yeah,
he's just going
you
to
need
send illusions.
you need the poison touch first to just clear out the illusion so you can tell which one's the real one.
Yep.
After that, yeah, it's poison touch, hex into a nightmare, into Slark or Ravage.
And you've got to pray.
That's how you chain lock this guy down.
And you pray there's no global silence in there. There's no ice path to screw you up. There's no cool coming in to screw you up. Because otherwise, Larry's just going to walk away, come back at full health, and you're just going to die.
Dire should immediately look to take a fight here if they're looking at their cooldowns. Global's going to be up 20 seconds before Ravage or Golem Rock is going to come out. So
they did take
they
the
have
Tormentor
a small
though.
window of opportunity, and they know where Radiant is taking that Tormentor. So
Got dead in the
Global
water.
is up. 30 seconds still till Warlock ult.
Oh, Robert, you do not want to go out here, mate. Oh, they know where he is. They're going for him.
They're going for the wrap. It's a 3-man smoke. They initiate with the global and the ice path. Robert has nowhere to go. It's an overextension by the position 1.
-2.
This should be a free tower.
Oh, definitely. They can't stop that.
Yep, the Dazzle TP's bottom. They're just going to try to push the other side of the map. 30 seconds, no Slark.
So one thing I do like...
I don't think this is high ground threatened, but it's
No.
definitely one of the last outer towers going down.
So the snap is going the right-click build, despite the change they did to it where they swapped around the level 20 and 25 talent. So I'm not sure I like it yet, because I think it has been a bit of a nerf. You definitely need to rely on the game going ultra late to get to level 25 before you come online.
They're expecting it to go late enough.
Vesper
caught out, a rock dropped, but that's a rock down for the next fight. Spineapple commits in with the Ravage. It's a really nice Ravage onto all 5. Ice Grumpy pops his BKB with 10% HP left. He dies immediately. Larry low as well, but he just needs to let the heart regen kick in. He needs to get away from the Slark, who's clicking away, getting Essence Shift stacks. Now Slark looking really low. They're going to sacrifice Spineapple to buy them the space they need to get the Slark out. Spine will die. Arch needs to be careful. He needs to not die as well. Slark goes back in. He gets Gleipnired by the Snapfire. Pounces away to the high ground. So low HP. Granny's
the kisses!
Gets him! 50 seconds, no Slark. All Larry has to do is back up, let the heart regen kick in, and they can start sieging. But they're choosing to back fully here. I don't agree with this one. I think you can at least get some chip damage on this tower.
You can, or you could potentially take the mid tier 2, just try and get more pressure there. Just like completely box them in. Because in about 3 minutes, those wisdom rooms come up, and as a Snapfire, you want them both at the moment.
Definitely. You can also get some high ground vision in the jungle. Get the lanes warded up too.
Teddy.
Double damage on the snap.
Yeah, but he popped it straight away just to get the regen.
Yeah, he did.
I would much preferred he go back to base there with the DD in the bottle, heal up, and then just walk back out.
So suddenly a 5k net worth lead for Granny's Cookies has become an 8k lead for Goon Bad Ugly. What a swing. PL 5k net worth ahead of the Dazzle on net worth as the top earner in the game.
The Manta's already fully complete. Winston has a Lotus Orb, a Force Staff, and he's building into his Ags.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, these are some very farmed supports, I'll give you that. For 30 minutes in, they know what they're doing, they ain't messing around.
They are, and Dire's looking to reestablish the map control that they just took in the triangle. Robert, up here farming, realizes it, pounces away. Shadow Blades himself to safety. They'll reclaim the outpost that was just taken back by Radiant. PL will push out the top wave with illusions. They can siege top and middle at the same time. They're going to choose for top, though.
Well, they can't take top, because the lane got cut by Slark up top. So they now have to go mid. They have no choice on that one.
Or they just posture up in this top lane, wait 1 more minute for Teddy to get his Wisdom Rune.
That's what I wouldn't mind. Because they want the Wisdom Rune, they do. That is basically their bread and butter at the moment. But I don't think they should have let those creeps through. They should have definitely taken them out, because otherwise now Slark does have an
No,
option
now
to
Slark has
backdoor.
an avenue.
Yeah, he can go straight for the tier 3 and force them back, which you don't want to see. But it looks like they're just going to try and claim all the outer tier 2s, and then probably TP back because Slark's up there. But it's giving Slark space. He's
They really
nearly
don't
18.
even need to. They need to. They'll force Slark back, I think, before Slark forces any of them back, and Slark comes back on his own. With Ravage up, all of Radiant's ults available. Dire's pretty split right now. This is the time to take a fight. Spineapple looking for a jump. Robert scouting out Winston in the mid lane with his Shadow Blade. Goes on the Jakiro, forces out the global silence in response from Coop.
Oh, Vesper's been called out. He's just dropping. There's the dunk. +1 on the armor.
So in the end, it's Radiant who end up losing a hero after they jump Winston in the mid lane.
Does cost them global silence though. That is a big one for them.
It's also going to allow Radiant to secure the Wisdom Rune. Teddy not keeping an eye on his timers, not even going for Dyers. He's got his level 20, he's got his multi-shot up and running.
But that's just
Final
base
outer
damage.
tower will fall.
He needs 5 more levels. You should know this, Teddy. Come on. You need levels. Get away from your team. Go farm. Get the XP.
Go get a Midas.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I wouldn't have minded a Midas, to be fair. If he got it early enough,
Max
I wouldn't have
props the
minded it.
BKB preemptively, but his blink didn't even get cancelled. He just didn't push it. Oh, grumpy.
Radiant's
Just a bit of posturing, a bit of chip damage.
Oh,
Bit reckless.
The lads and okay, I need to push these 3 buttons in this order. Well, I fucked it. What can you do? BKB now on cooldown for another 60 seconds. They can't go.
They're just going to create space, get some farm here. Grumpy is looking for the jump.
Bean's Grip and Global will be up at roughly the same time, so the next fight will have everybody's ultimate available.
Now, whilst I do approve of sticking together so they can't get picked off, this is heavily affecting their XP gain. Like the Slark now, if we actually take a look at XP,
Radiant are
of course they are ahead, but it's actually not as great as what you want. 450 on the axe is a bit low for the off lane.
Bit low. Dazzle keeping up though with Larry.
He is. Dazzle's doing very well.
Something to behold, yeah. And he's got to be the damage dealer in these fights.
So here's a question for you. What do you think would have happened if Weeps had been in the game?
Ooh. I was going to say hold that question, but Slark does get the Shadow Blade off. Grumpy's Dust misses. Robert decides to juke left. He'll retreat back to base. Finds Winston, but thinks better of it. The smart play there does not go for the greedy punish.
No, he was caught under a sentry as well. So they definitely knew he was there. That's why the instant force staff came out. Winston was not getting caught by that crap. But they're just going to walk up and take Roche instead.
Yes, this will be an Aegis on the PL. With heart secured, he will have just under 7,000 HP to burn through.
And he's got Mage Slayer.
Gotta be a Bloodthorn. Bloodthorn for the Slark.
Is that what it goes to these days? Mage Slayer, Bloodthorn?
Yeah. Once he purges off the Dark Pact, he'll have nothing else to save him from silences.
Yeah.
So you can either Bloodthorn him first, or you can global him first, and whichever one he purges off, you follow up with the other one, and then he has no way out, provided Grumpy is on cue with the Dust, which he does still have 1 Dust. A Dust also on Coop, Dust also on Jakiro. They are ready to kill this Slark.
There's the Aghanims coming out for Jakiro. That is now complete.
We will get to see the Macropyre with the bowling alley side lanes.
And Coop's going for her own Lotus Orb as well.
Meanwhile, Radiant smoking in their own base.
They're going to try and wrap around maybe? Try and get the backlines?
Vesper's nowhere near a fight if it breaks out.
He's ratting! Robert's
Slark
going
is
full
ratting
rat.
with tier 3. Trying to force them back, but they can push much faster. If I see a Slark in my top lane right now, I'm thinking this is a free Rax. We push much faster than a solo Slark will.
They do. They're a bit
Slark
annoying
weighing
with the
his
poison
options.
touch, but it's not
He
enough.
will TP back in. He will TP back into mid lane, and he's looking for the back line. Looking to cancel the blink in by
That's
the axe.
not the one you want!
He goes on the axe, but that is not the target you want. Global silence plus the Jakiro axe. A grave to save Slark.
We
He's gotta
don't
look for
care.
pounce. He can't pounce, and he gets dunked. 70
There's a
seconds
blink.
on the sideline. 70 seconds on the sideline. No buyback access. No mana for a dunk. The rock on top. It's a big rock. The Ravage in the back line will only catch a couple. Axe goes down. Teddy needs to back himself up to not go down as well. Spineapple surviving. He will not for much longer.
How do you stop the TL? He
The
just
answer
doesn't
is-
care.
The answer is you don't. A grave to save Vesper. Walking back into the fountain. This should be 2 lanes of racks. They should go mid right now with creeps in the
They're
base.
going for
But
throne.
Llama is choosing to make the call to go end. Still no buyback on Slark. He's 500 gold short. Won't have it anytime soon. They just need to hold for 30 seconds.
You gotta go mid here, guys. Stop messing about with these creeps. They're not important.
All of Radiant's major ults are down. They have no way to stop this. Larry can just walk up and hit buildings. They have no way to stop him.
Oh,
Other
that,
than Nightmare.
yeah, that definitely felt a bit wasteful here. They could have capitalised on that. Definitely took another lane. I think they faffed about a bit too much with the creeps. So when they look back at that, they might realise that we could have done a bit more there.
Yep, so Teddy retreats back to the Dire Ancients near the Tormentor. Wisdom Rune will spawn in 45 seconds, so it will be another rune for him. Teddy, don't kill yourself on that now.
Llama in mid. They're trying to go on him, but he just not
Larry
give a
caught
shit.
Mid, but yeah, Larry does not give a fuck. He's being chillin'. 2 minutes left on Aegis. They're gonna look to push the mid now.
And there's no way to stop him. He's got buyback. He's got shard. He's not calling it out. He's just letting it sit there. He don't care.
The slow siege on mid begins. Ravage unavailable for another 35 seconds. Golem unavailable for 40 seconds. This should be a dead tier 3 tower.
He should. But the thing they're worried about, and they're still going to keep worrying about, is this poison touch into Hex. Which are both now on cooldown, so this should definitely be a free tower.
It should be. They really need to force... Like, Dire needs to force this fight before Radiant gets their ultimates back. Ravage is up in 10 seconds now. Golem in 15. They've wasted their opportunity. I really think Larry could have just dove the tower.
We now have a
Forced something
Slark.
out.
Slark now has his BKB. It's taken 40 minutes, but he's got it. Could
Has
this
his
be...
BKB, but he has no damage items. He has no real survivability if he's burning the Shadow Blade early like this.
Yeah,
He's relying on not getting dunked after getting graved. That is his save right now.
Well, he basically needs the axe to whiff his call and try and get on the back line to take out Winston, maybe take out Teddy or Coop.
Yeah. He needs to just posture around the axe in these fights and not let axe get anywhere near him.
Teddy's 22. 3 more to go. Three
More to go, but honestly, I think the game will be over before he reaches it.
It should be.
Larry says, "I've had enough of this. My Aegis is about to time out. This could be time for Radiant to go. They know the Aegis is going to time
1
out
second,
here.
there it is.
And there it goes. The rock on top and a global silence.
The
to follow.
macro!
It's a lot of damage from the axe swings. Kills 3.
Oh!
Buyback on Dazzle, but it's not going to be enough. This rack should still fall. A Fiend's Grip on axe just to say, lads, I casted my spell. I don't know what I can tell you. Radiant on the run, back to the fountain. Larry's ready to dive. He's got an army of illusions ready to tank tower fountain damage for him. GG called by Slark. Game 1. Goon, bad, ugly. Looking strong after the 20-minute mark.
So if we actually look at the graph, that was a decent lead for Granny's Cookies. About halfway point. PL came online and it starts to drop very, very quickly. Ooh, that was a good one. That was a good game.
Game 1.
Yeah, I like that. So
Yes, like you said, Granny's Cookies definitely had momentum there for the
He
first
did.
15 minutes. Had the net worth lead. The lanes didn't go so poorly, you know. They had Dazzle getting solo kills in mid. Slark was getting decent farm. Warlock had all his stuff ready to go, but they just fell victim to the Larry Llama PL. Coop with some great globals as well.
They
I
were.
cannot understate that.
The globals were absolutely fantastic. So well played to Coop, as you mentioned. Not shying away from the Jakiro. Some of those ice paths were on point. The level of Jakiro play has actually been surprisingly good this tournament so far, which I'm shocked. I mean, it's amazing to see, but I'm still shocked. I'm speechless. I don't know what to say. So Larry wants a quick 5-minute smoke break.
Yeah, I would figure we'd have a
Yeah.
short break in between games. So sit tight, everybody at home. Hope you enjoyed Game 1 of Granny's Cookies versus Goon Bad Ugly. We will be right back with Game 2. I'm going to go get a drink myself. I'll be right back.
So we are back and the lobby is currently set up, just waiting on people to join. Cortez is in, we are all ready, it looks like. This probably will be another good game, I'm hoping, because if it's anything like the first one, that was fucking fantastic. And I'm pretty sure, yep, I forgot to tick the fucking box. Bollocks!
Well done.
Yep, I did not have open mic on, so that might have just been a one-way discussion on the VOD for you. It's not a Goon TI.
I figured you were just talking to the stream.
It's not a Goon TI unless somebody fucks it up, is it?
I was enjoying the break.
I had probably the fastest cigarette I've ever smoked. Whew. So everyone's back in. And
Yes, everyone's back in. Game 2 will be starting shortly, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you once again for watching the Goon International 2023.
and hopefully it's not as horrible as we think it will be. Oh, we are going into the draft.
I'm very much hoping for a repeat of Game 1. I feel like a lot of the early series have been very quick 2-0s. So I think this matchup has a strong possibility of going 1-1.
It does.
I could definitely see Granny's Cookies rebounding here. They had that early lead in Game 1 up until the 20-minute mark. If they can capitalize on a lead like that again, I think they could put the squeeze on Goon the Bad the Ugly.
Well, it's very
Take a
similar
win for
bands though.
themselves.
Very similar bands coming out from the Goon, the Bad, the Ugly. So maybe they're just not a fan of those heroes in general. They hate playing against them.
Could be. I mean, I hate playing against Sniper.
I definitely hate playing against Morph players. If you can play Morph, I fucking hate you.
5 seconds remaining.
He's like one of the hardest people to kill if he's played well. Yeah, we know, Shin, you're talking to yourself.
10 seconds remaining.
Chatting?
Yeah, he's basically the only person in the chat. Poor Shin. Weaves is there as well, occasionally. Probably watching his team for the future. Ah, we have Adrian boosted as well, rooting for Granny's Cookies. We do have a decent fan base for Granny's Cookies, it seems. Not many for the Goon, the Bad, the Ugly.
Team ban.
So maybe there's some resentment going on for those players? Who knows? But they ban out the Slark. They weren't a fan of going against that in Game 1, it looks like. Do you reckon they'll do similar picks, tied up again?
I could see it.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, Spineapple didn't do a terrible job. Outside of what I have to believe was a Fat Finger Ravage.
A Shiva Ravage, as it's known.
The Shiva Ravage. Or as it was known last year, the Zoe Ravage.
Was it a Zoe Ravage last year?
There was a Zoe Ravage last year.
Oh, brilliant. Ha ha ha.
Radiant team, Dire team.
Ooh.
Oh, the Oracle gets through for Winston. Yes, sir.
Ban.
You are about to witness a masterclass in saving gameplay. Is he is he a level 30 Oracle?
Let's have a look. Can we check? Winston, where is he? I'm not sure I can check. I don't think I've got him on my friends list. But yeah, that's a nice Oracle making it through. I'm not sure Granny's know what to do about that. But I would expect someone like an Axe to be banned, unless they're planning on picking it themselves.
a nice little dichotomy here in the first two picks, where Pugna and Oracle will both make you physical immune, but Pugna's with the caveat of, actually no. What I mean is, Pugna will make you physical immune, and Oracle will make you magic immune. But on an enemy, you won't be able to attack, because they changed that. I swear, playing, you want to play like an aggressive hypercarry like Ursa or something, and your Oracle W's you, and you just can't hit anybody. I'm glad they changed that.
So apparently the Shiva Ravage in mid was because of a PL illusion they got baited into.
Oh yeah, I remember there being like 4 or 5 illusions around there, and they just thought, oh, he's in there somewhere.
They've gone back for the snap. Snap mid again. Nice against the Pugna, especially with the little shredder.
It is physical damage to start off with, right? So Pugna could just decrepify himself,
He could.
and then he leaves you open to a scatter blast.
5 seconds remaining.
What's Snap's plan once Pugna gets 6? He's not a
Well,
quick.
here's the thing. This Pugna being picked first makes me believe it's a 4.
Dire team pick.
But it could be a 1. That's oh.
Or that's your 4. That could also be your 4.
Okay.
Because position 5 Venomancer is just miserable.
Well, Bedmaster in general at the moment is just miserable.
True.
He's not a
but
great hero. So it's
Aussie
interesting.
5, you have no amplification for your spells. You never get an item before 30 minutes. It's just a horrible time.
Well, there's your 3.
Oh yes, we're in it, baby.
Night
Move
Stalker.
over, Bat Rider, because the motherfucking Balinar the Batman has made an appearance.
I take it you're.
Supes, I am not lying. This is ever since I started playing Dota, this has been my favorite hero in the game.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, he is a fucking good hero. And if played well, he dumpsters safe lanes.
I was really hoping I would get a Batman at some point. And here he is in my first series at GTI.
The
And
Legion.
GBU responds with the Legion.
I do like the
Excellent,
Legion. I
excellent
like
pick.
the Legion.
Why I don't like it though is you have to dual Pugna every time.
10
But what I do like is you don't give a shit about Venomancer anymore.
5
No.
seconds remaining.
What's that? You're poisoning me? Nope. Walk away. I suppose you can also do that to Decrepify, can't you? Just if he decreps you, nope. Walk away.
Yeah, but he will decrep whoever you duel, or he'll just decrep you,
Correct.
which is probably the better option.
But then do you think about potentially using the duel as a disable rather than trying to get the actual damage? So if let's say there's like a... Let's say Dyer picked a PL here. Legion jumps in to duel the PL. Pugna decreps the Legion. Great. You're not getting any duel damage. But you've got that PL locked down for the rest of your team to do whatever the hell they want.
Right.
It's a weird scenario. I don't think it's likely going to happen. Oh.
I could see if Legion wants to go for dual damage here, I could see her getting like a second or third item Magnums. Because that way it's just a 1v1, right?
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
I believe that is still her Aghanims.
5 seconds remaining.
We'll find out in a minute. We'll have a look once we load. Now, the Wraith
Increases dual
King.
duration, reduces cooldown, Legion Commander and her opponent take 50% reduced damage from all other sources.
Okay, so you're still taking damage. You can still be decrepit and stuff like that. It's just everything's half off. So it's still not a full counter. That's why you need to get the BKB. Blink BKB, Blade Mail, and you just jump in.
Or you just have Oracle W you and you jump in.
Yeah, that as well. That is true. Adrian Boosted has made a valid point. Hero that's still left in the pool, Medusa. And those heroes...
Scotty would definitely be no bueno for the LC and the Wraith King.
Yeah.
That is a very good pick that is still on the table for Granny's Cookies. We'll see if they recognize it.
Are they listening? Ooh, the Storm Spirit.
There's your mid. So I was right about the Pugna.
Wait, where's the lockdown?
It's a pretty free Storm game, but Radiant's heroes are pretty tanky, I do have to say.
They are, but you can't stop the Storm. He can literally just zip about all he wants.
He can zip about, but until he gets enough mana regen to keep the fight going, he's really not picking anybody off.
But you don't necessarily need to as a Storm. That's what you just go in there, you throw out your spells, you maybe pull them a little bit closer, Nightstalker comes in, your Pugna comes in, and whatever carry they're going to pick is going to come in.
Storm. If I'm the Storm Spirit, I'm going Ags. Get the AoE Lightning Bolt into the Night Stalker Silence. Ooh.
100%.
Kaya into Ags. Calling it now.
Now the question is, how greedy they go with their call, with their carry.
Well, you've got some space on the map here, right? If you want to pick something that's going to soak up a lot of farm.
But you need something
Pugna just needs spells. Night Stalker just has spells. If this is like a...
There's the Deucer.
There it is. There is the Deucer.
The question is, right...
No Diffusal Builder on Radiant.
But how do they lane? Because you've got a Juicer and potentially a Pugna in the lane. That's not what I'd call the strongest lane duo. I think they might have trouble in the laning phase here. If they can make it through that, brilliant.
Ooh.
Oh, they changed it up. It's not a snap core.
Okay.
It's a Coop snap.
No, it is not. It's Coop snap. Teddy takes the OD.
Oh.
All right. What are we thinking here? Like I said, even OD is semi-tanky. He's a better target to go on than any of the other cores.
He is.
OD can also just banish Medusa and take her out of the fight for a few moments. You're gonna have to commit Night Stalker to be on top of the supports.
But then
OD could just have free reign to click in these fights.
They've still got no answer to Storm.
No big answer. If OD can hit some Meteor Hammer combos on him, but that's about it.
You've got to get the timing perfect for that, yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to commit duel also. That's your main lockdown. The way you kill Storm is duel into Mortimer's Kisses.
Wow. It's going to be an interesting one. It's either going to be a free game for Storm Spirit, or Dire are just going to steamroll this, I think.
Or Radiant, you mean?
No.
Well, the way you said it was like, either Storm has a free game or
yeah. So
Dire.
So basically, if Storm gets his free game off, Dire easily win this.
Yeah. If he does.
But if he doesn't, then Radiant will just snowball and take out the entire map very quickly. Because I don't think they don't have the early game to fight against Radiant.
And Winston is indeed a level 30 Oracle player.
Oh. They should not have let that through. That's a silver Snapfire as well.
Dire is invading the bottom rune spot, level 1. Foxful walks up. It's just an easy first blood. Arch also walks up the hill and is very low. They're going to blood grenade him. They're all standing on top of each other to eat Storm Remnant damage. Oh, Grumpy!
I mean,
eat another one.
Dyer could have
Oh, he
easily
eats
turned this. Dyer could have.
There's a Fortune's End and another kill going the way of Goonbad the Ugly.
I think if Dyer didn't pussy out there and stuck together, they could have potentially got a couple of kills out of that.
Yeah,
Just whether they're walking
really
after.
That should not have gone that way. Like, you're walking on low ground when you have Night Stalker nighttime vision.
There's a couple of what the fucks and woes in chat. They weren't too impressed with that. What is your theory, Kieran? He's got a theory.
So the lads take their positions in the lanes, and game 2 can truly get underway.
It can. And in mid lane we do have Teddy on the OD against Arc D on the Storm Spirit. How does this matchup normally go, do you reckon? I think this should favour OD, shouldn't it?
Yeah, until 6, I think this favours OD pretty heavily.
In the safe lane for Radiant, we've got Larry Llama on the Wraith King with Winston on his level 30 Oracle, the spammer that he is. Against Spineapple on Balthazar, the one and only, the Night Stalker.
The man.
And Foxful on the Veno, which is going to be harassing like a little prick because everyone hates Veno players. No offence to actual Foxful, but just your hero.
This is a pretty free lane though for Larry because any harass that they put on him will just get cleansed off by the Fortune's End. He's already done it once with the Gale.
It should
Veno
be.
only has so much mana. Level 1 Gale in a lane where it can be immediately cleansed. This was a first blood planned skilling, and it has gone horribly wrong.
Well, up top we've got GrumpyNerd on the Legion Commander, Coop on the Snapfire, Robertus. Is he Italian? Robertus on Medusa with Vesper on the Pugna. There's a couple of little pool shenanigans going on, but at the moment it seems fairly even split up there.
All right, now that Foxful has level 2 Poison Sting, he has 1 point in Poison Sting, but he's put his second level into it. Like, he should win these trades with Winston. He should be much more aggressive.
Agreed. Yeah.
Making sure that Winston can't get anything off here. Now he's starting to do it.
So I was listening to some higher MMR players, and generally their rule of thumb was, if you can 1v1 win the matchup, so for example Balthazar versus Wraith King, yeah? If you win that matchup 1v1, then the supports can have their own battle. If you can't win it 1v1, that support should not be having its own battle with the other. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because otherwise you've got two supports going battling at each other, doing whatever they want. Meanwhile, you might have Batman just absolutely mauling a Wraith King and your carry basically game's over. And up top, GrumpyNerd is getting low.
Yeah, he's been pretty low for a while now. He's not getting, I don't think he's getting creeps to attack him to proc his lifesteal.
He's not taking press the attack either. 0 points in it. He's got to be careful here.
Yeah, continuing to get hit by the
There's
Mystic
blood
Snake.
grenade.
Vesper's going for it, but the stick charges are enough to keep him alive.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Coop will lose her wand as the courier goes down.
But she keeps her life.
Grumpy has no regen. He has absolutely no regen. He has no points to press the attack. No tangos.
Yeah.
He is a sad, sad Legion right now. He gets fed the Lotus from Coop. That'll give him a little bit.
But that's not enough.
He cannot walk into Vesper here because Vesper will just blow him up.
Yeah,
I'm surprised Vesper hasn't gone for the point in decrep. He's gone 2-0-1. A point in Nether Ward.
Meanwhile, down bottom, Spineapple getting very low. Might be a little go on them there by Llama and Winston. Posturing, they're being pretty aggressive. But who do you think wins this if it goes late?
How can you say no to a farmed Medusa? If this goes past, 45, 50 minutes, if she gets her Scotty at a reasonable time, she's got Manta.
The question is, can she just be taken out by a farmed Legion with Blink Blade Mail? Obviously, he's not going to get through all that mana, but that's a lot
She
of.
could, but I think she could also. She also goes Ag Shard, both Ags and Shard here, right?
Yeah.
That'll send a snake at Legion when she gets dueled, and then the snake will turn her to stone.
Grumpy being way too aggressive there. He might go down. All he needs is one
Nope.
more decrep. Oh, there's no mana.
There's no mana, so he will be safe.
He's living on the edge here. He is literally playing with fire. Is he trying to die?
It's not the goal as a Legion.
I mean, in
What I
3,
noticed
2,
though, there's a
there's the
lot of
mana.
damage there from Winston. Doesn't proc the crit, but it's enough damage anyway. Takes out Foxful in the bottom lane. What I've noticed, I played 1 or 2 practice games on Wraith King since the recent skeleton changes. Skeletons fucking hurt, dude.
They really do.
They do a lot of sneaky damage. You're just, they're just a couple of skeletons, not a big deal. And then all of a sudden you get that plus a crit from the Wraith King himself, and just half your health is just gone.
Teddy got the early level 6 and dropped the hammer. Arc D sent packing back to the grave, back to the fountain.
That is a 1 lane for Teddy, and he follows it up by missing 2 really easy CS.
He's now got over a level and a half XP on the Storm. Although he is very low on HP. Oh, what? How did that happen? Oh, there's the return.
Another
There's the
missed
return.
Oh, jeez, Grumpy. Well, at least she'll be full health now in the fountain.
How they got the Pugna though is a little confusing for me. I'm not sure how he died there. He shouldn't have.
Not sure, but it is nighttime. Spineapple decides to cast Void on the Cardi instead of on the Wraith King, so the last hit is missed, and he's taking harass.
Taking a lot of harass. Teddy's come down. He wants to play. Gets nothing for it though. Just a casual
Looking
walk
for an
away.
opportunity. Yeah.
Lovely ward here. Caught out the OD. That gave Storm a bit of time to get his 6. Up top though, Vesper's just being a pain in the arse for Grumpy, isn't he?
Yes, he's doing a really good job at securing this Medusa's laning stage. We thought this lane could be spooky with just a Pugna to back up the Medusa, but it's gone surprisingly well.
Yeah, I mean...
Robertus is doing a great job on CS. 15 denies as well, just to rub it in.
I mean, if you think about it, Pugna with deny, then the Mystic Snake comes along after a couple of bounces, that is a hell of a lot of damage.
Yeah, now that he has a level in decrep, is actually a scary amount of damage.
So I don't know if
True.
the amount of times you get hit by that last snake is obviously not that great, because a lot of players, they do target the hero at the start, which obviously isn't the best
Just
idea.
to guarantee the hit, yeah.
Yeah. But if you get, let's say, 2 or 3 bounces, and then the last bounce hits the hero, you're dropping down to 0 HP. I mean, look at that.
The trees, drops the nether ward, and the nether blast as well. Grumpy's going to have to run towards the Lotus Fountain, but...
The Stone Gaze was used as well.
Stone Gaze was used. If he gets the vision with
It's
the snake...
Teddy! It's Teddy!
Not enough. It's not enough, but Teddy is here to clean up Vesper. And Robertus will have to beat a hasty retreat. Storm, meanwhile, just securing vision, gets 2 bounty runes, so he'll be full mana if he wants to look for a rotation here.
Might want to look at going top, but he's got nothing. He's got a magic wand and a pair of boots.
He's got nothing, but Coop is half HP. If she wanders
Oh wait,
the
I was on the
wrong
wrong
way,
hero.
and speaking of which, there she is, and here's Arch ready to clean him up. The press the attack is enough. It's enough space to save him with the Astral, and the hammer's dropped again, but Arch is able to dodge most of the damage coming after that. He did get hit by the hammer, but the mana difference was not enough, and he shrugs it off. Picks up the kill on Coop, and he should look to rotate back mid now.
But again, this is coming down to Grumpy's XP. He's been bullied out of lane so much, he hasn't got any.
Still half a level away from duel. Gets disarmed, gets nether blasted, presses the attack of it off, but the snake does not connect. That would have been even more damage. That would have zoned him out. Teddy finding the Pugna. Vesper very low, giving it the runaway. The uphill miss does not happen.
The little
Grumpy's
shredder,
still not level 6.
little shredder, as we expected, completely obliterates the nether ward.
Get this man his level 6, please.
He does. Coop, walk away. There we go.
There it is. There's the level 6.
But now what's he going to do with it?
Please don't immediately turn this into a duel on the full mana Medusa.
At least not
That'd
without
be a very
backup.
lad thing to do.
Speaking of which, Fox has come up here. They have brought backup. So it looks like they're maybe predicting a instant dual jump here. Although, I really
Grumpy
wouldn't recommend
jumps
it.
on 400 HP. He's suicidal.
He really is.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Although they're predicting it.
They're
Oh,
bringing
run
numbers
away,
bottom.
run away,
Spineapple
guys.
Pops the ult and dies immediately. Archd looking for the return kill on Winston, but he pops the false promise. Legion dies without getting a duel off. Meanwhile, back in the bottom lane,
Winston just
Winston
ults and
got
TPs away.
Arch burns all of his mana for no kill.
Llama's being harassed here. He's been jumped on
Oh.
by the Storm Spirit.
Maybe I've spoken too soon. He doesn't have mana for reincarnation, even if he pops the stick.
He's 14 short at the moment. He should get enough before it actually takes him down,
Yeah,
you'd think.
He'll get it before they pressure him again, but
It's not a sort of zone you want to be in.
Arch has no mana to follow up and dive that tower, so I think it's back to farming for the Storm Spirit.
Cheeky little Lotus.
You gotta get that Kaya, son. Grumpy. Just clicking the Medusa a little bit.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Has
Down-
Coop there. If you can get a little bit more, you can get a little bit more chip damage on this Medusa before she pops her wand. She's got 16 charges on this wand.
I reckon they just go for the Pugna here. But they're just going to
Pugna
kill
coming in
him.
the trees with the life drain. The cookie away.
What?
Snake-
What?
Grumpy? Okay.
He's-
Somehow that works. The creeps are still giving him vision. Robert has snake up available.
He's going to go for the teleport. He's going to go for teleport for the twin gate.
He's gonna get it.
Yeah, there's no vision.
The creep won't give vision. The creep walks away. Grumpy somehow survives, and now he's bottom in a prime position to gank the Venomancer.
Does he have the HP? No, is he going back top? He's going back
They
top.
have to, he's going back top. Why?
With Winston.
Just tell Winston to heal you.
Teddy's
Hammer
dropped the
up
hammer.
top on the Pugma, but he's only half HP. The Stone Gaze pops out from Medusa as well. Teddy has to look away. He's just running. Grumpy under the tier 1 tower, gets the false promise and the duel. That's a victory for the Legion, but he probably will pay for his life. It's a lot of power damage he's taking. No, the false promise is enough. It heals him and keeps him alive, but he sticks around. Arch looking, doesn't have any more mana to jump again. He jumps across, but still, now he's out of mana completely.
And meanwhile,
Grumpy has
while,
been pushing
while-
the limits of Legion. this
while
whole
that
game.
was happening, Medusa dropped down low, popped her stick charges, all of them back up to near full mana, but they still brought her down. They just kept pressuring. I can see why this Oracle is going to be a first phase ban now, because Winston is playing out of his mind.
Winston, such a clutch false promise on the Legion, who walks under the tier 1 tower, tanking it the whole way, just walking up to the Venomancer to get to the Pugna to get the duel.
I mean, he just killed off the Venom as he went through. Said, "Yeah, I don't care about you. Down you go."
Duel is available again if he's looking to jump.
Oh, they know Pugna's about.
Blade Mail's almost done.
Dire's top
There are 5 heroes top, so that's allowing pressure on the mid tower from Spineapple. Teddy will rotate back. Teddy can just kill Night Stalker if he's not too careful.
I think it'll be. I think it's a difficult
4 points
kill.
in the orb. 4 points in the orb, so he has the ability to just spam out the pure damage.
He does, but all he's got to do is pop Dark Ascension, and he can just run away. He's going to be way too quick at night time. Well, you'd think that's what he would do anyway.
OG not rushing the Meteor Hammer gives him the opportunity to run away. Otherwise, it would be an easy Astral into Meteor Hammer.
Yeah, going for the No Talisman bottle and the Magic Wand first has delayed it a little bit, but it won't be far off.
Quick smoke here by Radiant. They're looking.
They want another.
They don't want to catch Vesper, but
they'll take it. You know, there's the duel, but there's nothing.
They get the duel, but no follow-up. The Mortimer's Kisses are a little late. The duel damage does
just
not
off.
get granted.
Just off. I'd like to see how close that was,
kill
actually.
Secured by Winston.
Yeah. That's how you play Oracle, isn't it?
The duel. But it will guarantee them a tier 2 top tower.
And there's nothing they can do. They're just snowballing. This is what I was afraid of. I mean, yes, the top lane went reasonably well, but bottom lane wasn't great for them. If you look at the moment, Winston's actually higher net worth than Spineapple's, which is not good for your offlane. Yeah, Batman. I'm just gonna go with Batman.
I mean, it's easier, right?
It really is.
Sure, I could call him Balinar, but he's Batman.
No, Batman.
And not your dad's Adam West Batman. This is like Ben Affleck Batman. It's like, yeah, I'll break your limbs.
I'm so glad you didn't say Christian Bale. I can't stand him as Batman.
He was a better Bruce Wayne than Batman. And he didn't have a lot of time as Bruce Wayne in that film.
He didn't. He's got the charismatic appearance and the personality for Bruce Wayne. But when he does the Batman, it just feels like he's got a lisp.
Where
Wisp?
are the other drugs going?
Yeah.
The drugs are in the Dire Triangle, and so is the Radiant.
Along with another 10 dual damage.
What I will say, I cannot wait for the next Batman with Robert Pattinson. I loved the Batman movie last year.
Yeah, it had that really dark aura about it, which you sort of expect from a Batman.
And it had what a lot of Batman films have neglected in the past couple of decades is the noir aspect of it.
Yeah.
Batman is a detective, and that movie was all like, I went and saw it with my family, and I told them going in because they really only have seen the Dark Knight trilogy, and I'm not like the biggest like Batman aficionado, but even I knew, like, going in, I was like, look, this isn't going to be a Batman movie that you expect it to be. This is going to be a lot slower. And I think Robert Pattinson played that early era Batman who's still, like, just fueled by hatred. I think he played it brilliantly.
Agreed. I mean, I was very skeptical at first, because, unfortunately, I've seen the Twilight movies.
Fortunately, I haven't, but I was also as equally interested for Pattinson's performance as I was for Paul Dano as the Riddler. Once I saw him, once I saw the character design for Riddler, I was all in.
There's something I would like to point out here. Okay, so Radiant are all just basically going all in. But in the meantime, it looks like Dire have actually managed to split it up and go for both lanes, keep them pressured in. So mid tier 2 and top tier 2 are being pressured, but Radiant just go for tier 3!
Dark popped as well, and here comes Spineapple.
Uh-oh.
Doesn't catch Teddy in the silence, so he gets banished. And it's a nice route from Winston to buy space for the retreat.
Another 600 gold, and you would have seen probably TheGrumpyNerd just jump back in there with a jewel.
Oh, he absolutely would have. The blink being there, Pugna was the first to show up. If he has blink, Pugna's dead. He has no support.
Agreed. But something I don't want to see him do now, look at the time. It's less than a minute to a 20-minute mark. That Dire Torment is coming up.
They've already retreated back to mid.
Exactly. They've got the map control.
You have to deny the Tormentor from Dire here.
Yeah, you play around the Dire triangle and the Dire right hand side, And you take the Tormentor.
It would go to Pugna were the Dire to get it.
Yep. And if Ray didn't get it, it goes to Winston. Reign of Destiny. Whatever the fuck that is. Another heal?
It's just another heal, and it makes you heal stronger.
I mean, what more can you ask for? I mean, even if it went to Coop, Fire Snap Cookie, it's a nice addition. Not the best, but it's nice. But they're going for it. Looks like Dire
Dire's,
setting up to take the Tormentor. You can't do it on your own though, Juicer.
Dire will try. Without the Dark Ascension damage from Night Stalker, it's going to be a little harder.
And they've got to be very careful because they're going to lose mid.
They really don't have time to stand around and do the Tormentor. The Goon, the Bad, and the Ugly is already knocking on their door. I think this is Goon, Bad, the Ugly at their scariest. If they can get some sort of death ball lineup with Winston on a save hero.
So
pushing down your barracks at 20 minutes, especially them recognizing they have to do this with a Medusa on the other team. This is what makes them a scary team.
So what I don't like here is Medusa's going back for a 4-staff into a Hurricane Pike. It's a mid-tier item.
You don't have the time to farm it either.
No, you're being pinned in here. You need to go big.
If you're gonna look for something like mid-game like that, like get a Sanjin Kaya.
Not great for the Juicer.
Beef. Not great, but it's gonna allow you to stand in the fight.
That would personally, I think that would be a wasted item on a Medusa because it doesn't really offer much. It gives you a bit more status resistance and maybe a bit more mana, but there's no offense there. You're just gonna slowly die.
Arch looking for the jump, just baits it.
Oh, there's the blink!
Right, Grumpy looks in onto the Veno, gets the duel victory. The rest of the Dire on the run. Vesper, the last one to be caught out. He should die here. Fortune's End lands, as well as the Racing Stun. He gets deleted. And with 2 dead, they both have buyback though. They're gonna have to save this Rax. Veno still has ult.
So that phylactery on Winston is fucking scary.
Yeah, with all targeted spells, it's always going to be on somebody.
It's a lot of damage. It's a 2.5 second cooldown, 360 damage, plus the phylactery going on top.
Arch looking for the jump, but the Fortune's End and the Fate's Edict already out, as well as the False Promise to keep Grumpy alive.
Like, is there a vessel?
Back up to full.
I know a vessel's not great with the purges they've got, but just something to force it out.
Nobody's even close. Nobody's building it.
Or, what has been mentioned previously, the Skadi on Medusa!
This game will unfortunately end 15 minutes before she even starts building a Skadi.
Yeah, I don't think she's going to
Llama leading the charge, tanking spells for his team. Nether Ward in the back. It could give, if Teddy drops the hammer now, it could kill him.
Well, there's a blink duel opportunity. Is Grumpy going to do it? That's the question. Who's he going for? There's a Pugna.
Larry's hanging himself out there with the armlet.
Oh, there's the duel!
Hits the blade mail, but he's decrepified himself. He can't attack. The duel is wasted. Grumpy's in deep, but Robert's pushing through. This is the fight that Dire needs. They've used all their ultimates, all their big spells. Robert's caught out on his own though. He's gonna need his team to help him out.
They're pushing back. They're still hunting.
You need to keep going. Nightstalker, lead the charge.
Why would you hit the creeps?
They found Winston. No silence available, but they shouldn't need it. Winston will die.
The comeback is on.
Larry Llama escapes. Ultimate, yes, was burned. And a Solar Crest is done on Coop. Wow, this is a pretty farmed fucking Snapfire.
So if we look at that actual fight, OD, Snap, Oracle, virtually nothing. A bit of healing, but damage-wise,
virtually nothing. But
nothing.
a massive amount of damage from the Pugna.
It
through
was.
the Nether Ward. That's why I said if he Nether Wards, if he drops the hammer, he might just kill himself.
Well, Storm is rushing the BKB after the Kaya. Which,
Robert will pick up 3 bounty runes.
oh, you'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. That's the Dragonlance nearly complete. Another 100 gold away. Should be off this creep wave.
But not if Grumpy has anything to say about it. Just zoning. He actually burns through the mana shield pretty quickly.
Oh, there's the
forces out
ult.
the Stone Gaze. So Robertus won't be able to farm safely for the next minute. Plus.
That felt like a bit premature on the Stone Gaze there. Like he was definitely terrified there was follow-up, which I don't blame him. Especially when Grumpy just jumps on you like that.
Yeah, you know, if Grumpy's jumping a full mana Medusa, he's got support behind him.
But now where's that support?
Going to Roche.
Yeah, Grumpy's right out in his zone though. There's definitely a possibility if they wanted to capitalise,
He's
they
out
could have
on
gone
his
on him.
own. Robertus does not have vision. He's just hiding away.
He's too scared. He is terrified for his life right now. But out comes the Hurricane Pike. But at the same time, down goes Roche.
Alright, he sees
Well,
Grumpy now.
Sort of down
He at
goes
least
Roche.
knows- He at least knows where Grumpy is. He's got to know that Radiant is behind him, albeit in the pit.
They're struggling to kill it. Llama's having difficulties here.
Teddy's tanking it as well. Teddy's brought down to half HP. You know, but you know whose impact we really haven't felt this game? The Storm.
Yeah. Which is a bit
Storm
disappointing.
1,
'Cause,
2, and 2.
I mean, maybe when he gets to BKB, he might be a bit scared. Because there is quite a bit which can kill him at the moment. He's not got great HP. But to be fair, he's not got great mana at the moment either. I'm not sure how Storm does in this game at the moment. I think he needs another item at least. He needs one more item after the BKB before he can actually be useful. I'm hoping he goes for the Ags, as we mentioned earlier.
Hoping he goes for the Ags, but an aggressive smoke by Radiant now.
They're waiting for
Looking to
somebody.
posture. Looking for somebody to hang themselves out and take this wave.
But they're not biting. They know it's there. Granny's cookies are definitely aware of this and are terrified to step outside the base.
Foxful is setting up the Great Wall of Venom Wards. And the smoke breaks on Grumpy. He walks too close to the tower.
Yep, and that's the blink disabled. Thank you, Venoward. You've done your job.
Pop suppressed the attack though, so the poison sting is off of him.
Oh,
He will be able to.
He's
Oh,
waiting.
Vesper walks up here.
they do have no vision though. That's the problem.
No vision. No high ground ward. Oh,
There
but he
he
gets the blink.
goes!
He gets it anyway, but immediately sucked in by the storm. Granny's cookies looking to turn this fight around. The Mortimer's kisses on top of Spineapple brings him down as well. Legion actually survives with the false promise. Arch walks back in. The false promise ends. Has to pop his BKB just to run away.
That was definitely a very late BKB, but it makes no difference. In comes Medusa. I
Very
don't
late.
think she's got
Medusa's
anything.
here. Medusa's here. Storm comes back with the fountain regen, tries to grab Teddy. They're going to try to focus Teddy. They should get him here. They're just going to sack him. He's going to buy some time with the Astral Imprisonment. Storm will leave a remnant for him as a parting. Mwah.
I mean, they could definitely turn this right now.
All of Radiant pretty low. Winston going to have to try to heal everybody up as much as he can. A blink in from Larry. Storm gets crit, but he manages to zip out. Now Robertus is left alone. Arch has to throw
There's
his
a
life
Jew!
away to save it. He has to throw his life away to save his carry. Robertus will get a return kill on the Legion. They actually will wipe everybody, but Wraith King is going to come back, but he's all by himself.
Armlet isn't. There's Armlet. He might return and fight this.
Where did Robertus go? Why did he just walk away? Oh no! If Larry gets away here,
Got a toggle. Got a toggle.
Spineapple's got to chase him down, and he does.
Yep.
But for Robertus, that's a free kill 10 seconds sooner. Like, you don't need to run away there.
So I think Robertus ran because his mana got ridiculously low.
His mana was ridiculously low, but he had Pugna there, so all he would have had to do is decrep either the Wraith King or Robertus, and he would have been fine. He could just stay on the outskirts and just feed off of the slows.
So that
you keep the Wraith King slow with either the Decrep or the Void from Night Stalker.
so I think that might have been a comms issue then. They just weren't too confident about their ability to go forward.
Radiant pinging their Tormentor now. They should get that in the next couple of moments.
And the beautiful Wisdom Room sat next to it. I mean, level-wise, it's fairly even. The only person who is flying away is Robertus. He is well above everybody else in levels.
Doing a great job keeping his farm up despite the fact that his team has been pressured out of the map all the way back to high ground, but now able to take some space in the Radiant sub-jungle. Nearing that level 20.
And OD gets the shard.
What do we get here? He's going for Scotty. He is getting the Scotty before Ags or anything like that. So
I like
that
that. I do like that.
Does that mean you're taking the Stone Gaze duration? I have to think so. If you're not taking the Mystic Snake bounces because you don't have Ags.
No, I would still take the Mystic Snake. Purely because it is just too good. Compared to the Stone Gaze, it is just too good, even without the Ags. Plus, you can always go back for the Ags later on. The big thing I want to see, because he's queued up the Scotty, he's got it pretty much done now. He is going to need damage
pretty much
afterwards.
Only needs gold for the point booster.
Yeah. I mean, at the moment, he is going to be a tank. You've got to get through him. You can't ignore him anymore. And you've got a Pugna backing him up.
Radiant looking to posture once again at this top tower. Very low. They'll send in the skeleton army, getting plinked down by the Venom wards, but they managed to get through. This tower will go down. Foxful throws out his ult, but really to no avail. It's just going to be a little bit of splash damage.
Llama does have to be careful.
Dark Ascension is available. They need to look for a Night Stalker Storm Spirit zip on the back line.
What are you going to sell, Robert? What are you going to sell? Are you just going to wait for it? Another 10 seconds.
Storm does catch Coop, but only trying to bait out spells on the side. Now Storm has to go back to Fountain. He's out of commission for the next 15 seconds. This barracks will slowly but surely fall.
No TP on Dusa. Saved
and
every bit of gold.
Dragging the creep wave with her. Dragging the creep wave with her so they know she's coming. Grumpy still hanging himself out there, committing for this Rax. Pops the BKB, false promise on top of it, maybe a little early, didn't really need it right away, but Storm going on the back line, catches Teddy, bringing him down low. He's dead, but now Storm out on his own with no mana. He has his team to back him up, burns the Wraith King ult. Storm just barely gets out. He's got to go regen. Spineapple looking to buy as much space with as little health as he has, but he'll die. But he keeps Robertus close enough. He keeps the supports close enough for Robertus to flank them down. A triple kill for the Medusa. Wraith King ends up dying to the Veno damage. It's a 4-for-1, a great hold from Granny's Cookies.
Ooh.
Medusa is here, and she is ready to rumble. With another 2K in the bank, what are we getting next? Are we getting the Ags?
Honestly,
let's see what she queues up.
I would go straight Rapier. Because you need damage. Your team fight is vastly superior at the moment, but you are heavily lacking damage in your team. You could argue you could go a bit safer, maybe a Daedalus if you want to play it cautious. But definitely something along those lines, because there's no reason for an MKB, there's no evasion.
Nothing's queued up yet. She goes for the butterfly.
Okay. So I don't mind it, because it's going to force them into an MKB, which means Wraith King ain't getting his Ags.
She does buy the shard first, so she will have the defensive Mystic Snake.
That I like. Given how Winston's been playing this Oracle, that I like, because there's going to be a lot of stuff thrown back there. Question is though, are they going to go for their Tormentor at any point?
Not sure they feel safe enough to venture that far out on the map yet.
I mean, they should.
Robertus is hanging out in the triangle. This Watcher, though, is still under Radiant control. Vesper decides not to take it. Okay.
I mean, we look at hero levels. The highest level hero on Radiant is 15. Medusa is 20.
Medusa is level 20. She's 5k net worth ahead of the Wraith King. Far and away the most farmed unit on the map. She's kept up really well with farm while also showing up to fights.
We got a smoke.
8-6 score line.
We got a smoke.
We have a smoke from Dire, looking to start to take the momentum back in their favor.
Sponsored by Marlborough. No, I can't do the American cast again. I can't do it again. Oh my god, that was painful. We're going to have a shard coming out for Oracle in a minute. I'm surprised Wraith King hasn't got a shard yet. But then they don't really have much mana drain, do they? They're taking it.
No.
They're taking their Tormentor instead.
They will steal the Tormentor right out from under them, and
Wow.
it will go to Winston.
Well, that's
The
kind of
healing rain
awkward.
is online.
I'm pretty sure Winston might have just bought his own shard, so that might have been refunded. I'll double check that on the board later.
And now a 5-man smoke from Radiant, looking to maneuver their way, go for a wraparound here. They see Medusa's illusions hitting the carts up top. They know she's up there. So they're going to pressure her team while she's not there. It's a nice Fortune's End onto 2. Gets the duel off under the tier 4 towers, but he's decrepified the Venomancer. And now Grumpy's just going to feed under the tier 4s to the supports. Meanwhile, Robertus on the back line of Radiant pops the Stone Gaze, forcing all of them to retreat. Without Grumpy, they don't want to take this fight anymore.
They can't.
It was a great play by Vesper. A great
Oh, they're
decrepify and
diving!
a very long jump from Arch. Gives him the fuck off stun from the Wraith King, but he wants more. He's got mana still. The hammer's dropped, but they're all still very healthy. Teddy to fall next. Coop trying to pop her damage, but Vesper healing up Spineapple so he can go again. Now Wraith King is the focus.
Wraith King has no ult though.
No ult, under the silence. The crippling fear keeping him from casting any more stuns.
Oh,
Coop will be next. Another zip in.
Winston went for the
Another
TP out
vortex.
on top. Just got caught by the Batman Boyd.
Vesper fully giving Storm his mana back. They're ready to pressure their own high ground. What a turnaround from Granny's Cookies. What an excellent fight.
We've got a Chrysalis come out on the Medusa. He's gone for a bit of damage in the meantime.
A bit of damage to give her some buoyancy until the butterfly is done. I would expect a Daedalus after.
I don't see why they're backing though. I don't know why they're backing. Like, it's night time. Your Medusa is clearly the strongest hero in the game at the moment. Walk down mid, take those racks.
At least force some kind of response.
Yeah.
You've got a DD rune sitting in the river too.
They're thinking Roche maybe. Robertus is going to walk into the pit, it looks like.
Roche is available.
Oh, no, he's detoured. He's detoured. Don't know where he's going. He's taking a long route to find some creeps. He was doing well, chat, up until that point. He was doing well up until that chop.
So, despite a 3-3-9 scoreline and not being very impactful in the first 20 minutes of this game, Arch has really redeemed himself in these last 2 fights.
He has. Put some very ballsy jumps in there. He's got a DD rune. He's got Witchblade. He's got Lincoln Sphere queued up. He's about 2k off it, but realistically that's not long for a Storm to farm. But while he's sitting in the fountain, he's not going to farm anything. So he needs to get back out there. Come on, Winston. Winston, Arch D. Whoops. My bad.
Winston is definitely getting his farm.
He
has
is.
the money for the Ghost Scepter if he wants to buy it, but he's also saving for buyback, I would reckon.
Do you want Ghost Scepter this game?
Against the Dusa.
But the damage, they've got a hell of a lot of magic damage as well.
They definitely do, but
Like all of Storm's,
He probably figures that he could just be decrypt anyway.
a lot of Storm's damage is magical. AC coming out for GrumpyNerd now. That might help a bit against the Juicer, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Because the butterfly's done.
In Fountain. Might have just been the timeout on the rune, popping it by itself, but let's see if they use this DD window to look for a pickoff. Storm hitting for a cool 370 right now.
He is. Grumpy, though, not being able to get as much dual damage as he likes, only sitting on 50, which, while it's a lot, it's not enough for bloody Legion Commander to stand a chance in this game. He needs another at least 3 dual wins, maybe 4, and he's in it. I wouldn't even disagree with like the shard here.
Hold on. There's no way.
What?
Take a look at Pugna's inventory.
Oh god, oh god. Wait, what the f-
Movement speed does not stack, but the heal does. 3 pairs of Tranks to just stand on the outside of the fight and heal his cores.
but... What? Huh?
Radiant in the Roche pit now.
I just don't know what to say about the Tranquils.
So Teddy will actually take the Aegis. I do agree with this. He is the big source of their damage. Larry has his own second life. Not really worried about losing it through mana drain. I can agree with an Aegis going on OD. The Hex now done on OD as well.
It is, but he needs the BKB. He does need that BKB. All of Radiant need BKBs.
Robertus waiting to see if they walk up here for this Tormentor spot. Finds Coop, but there's more behind her.
Yeah, he's a bit too scared here, which makes sense, because you don't know what's coming. Although he's just going to kill Teddy!
The zip in from Arch. Larry blinks on top. If they kill Teddy instead, it's still not a win. Legion going for the duel on the full mana Medusa. He's just going to get exploded. False promise onto Larry on his first life. He's fully healed up, so he basically has 3 lives. The hammer comes out as the Aegis is popped. Buyback from Storm could turn this fight.
Pugna was literally just sitting on the back line,
Arch is
healing
looking
up.
for it. Yeah, he healed up the Medusa, who was the dual target.
Yeah, and he was taking no damage. He wasn't...
Arch getting low. The Gale connects, and that's Arch's cue to go. An Imprison and a Cookie to buy some time. The Healing Rain on top of it. Arch very low on mana, but getting healed again by the Pugna. A monster kill streak for Robertus. A godlike for Robertus as he takes down the OD.
They can't stop him. He is too big now.
He is too big. He has the Daedalus money. I would just buy it now. Force down mid.
I don't think they have an answer to this now. I think this Medusa's way too big, and this is just game. Unless they can somehow get onto that backline, take out that Pugna first, they just can't stop him. I mean, look at this. He's barely taking any damage from his life drain.
Not with 50 HP per second. Larry walks up, gets silenced by the Mindbreaker. He's got no way to counter it, but they get the jump on the Pugna on the backline, and now Robertus is all by himself.
The Stone Gaze is popped. He's
Pops the
trying.
Stone Gaze. He's got to focus on Grumpy. The Healing Rain comes out. It's not going to be enough.
There's no mana.
No mana. He's very low. No Pugna to save him. The false promise on Larry is going to be enough damage. To 1 clunk is enough. And the godlike goes to Larry Llama, but he dies. He dies at the end of false promise. He should be fine after that. He shouldn't have to burn a buyback or anything, but a little bit of a misplay there.
A little.
Winston didn't keep him alive there.
Well, I think that was just a bit too cocky from Robertus, because He was practically up there all alone. Yeah, he had the Pugner, but where's the rest of his team? That was a 2v5. And they still took down 3. Like, if Storm's there earlier...
You have to think if the rest of the team is there, that's just game. And now, Robertus realizes it's now or never. The rapier is queued up.
What you want to see? You swap that out for your boots.
Daedalus online. We're not going to get any stronger. It is time.
I mean, still looking at hero level. Radiant, they've only just got one hero that's hit 20. And we're at 45 minutes in. Juicer, 26!
This will do nicely.
Switching back to net worth. A clear 10, even after dying and feeding 1,000 gold to the Wraith King, still a 10k gold lead by the Medusa over the position 1 of the Goon, the Bad, the Ugly.
I mean, the Wraith King hits like a wet noodle at the moment. And all he's getting is an Ags. It's not going to help him. Helps his team, great, but he's still going to hit like a little floppy noodle. You do have an MKB getting built on a TheGrumpyNerd though, so that's good. He spotted it. But his target, every fight, has to be
the Pugna.
Yep. Like, I'm not sure what neutral items he had as his option.
Honestly, what Larry needed to build right here, instead of this Ags, if he gets a Nullifier...
Yeah, Nullifier would be great here.
You just cast it on whoever gets decrept. Alright, Vesper has turned one of the Tranks into a Boots of Bearing, so it is no longer 3 Tranks.
Will he turn them all to Boots of Bearing? That's the question. What's the heal difference? Is there a heal difference? No, so it looks like you actually lose a lot of healing, don't you?
Yeah, it doesn't have the
bonus heal.
Well, no, it does. It's built in now. It
Is
doesn't
it?
get broken by being attacked. It's not like Tranquils are 14 health regen, but that gets lost. It's not 14 health and another 14 on top of it that gets broken.
Okay.
So the Boots of Bearing just builds that into the boots as a passive, a full passive.
So yeah, if he goes for all 3 of those, get them all up to Boots of Bearing. Right, we've got a level 20 Oracle now, so False Promise is down to a 35-second cooldown. With a Spell Prism. So he still hits like a fucking truck. Although Phylactery is in the his backpack.
Yeah, he understands that he needs the space, he needs the ether lens in his inventory. He's got to stay as far away from this Medusa as he can.
He also needs the vision. They don't have any.
Even with a 35-second cooldown False Promise, he needs that thing on a 5-second cooldown if he's going to try to save anybody. Medusa really doesn't care about False Promise anymore. She has the damage to truck through it. You'll still die after the duration expires.
You will, but as we saw, she'll die too.
She'll die too if she's 1v4.
Oh, she
Now
pussied out.
Net worth.
She pussied out. Didn't go for the rapier.
Is going for the Ags though, which I do. Now you have the damage to where you will do a lot of damage in that 1 second window with the Mystic Snake.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, they can barely kill a 5v2. They've got no chance if she's got Ags on top of that with the backup. It's also an Ags Venomancer. You've got Balthazar or Batman. He's got a Harpoon, BKB. He's got a Basher. He's building an AC. He hits like a truck already.
Yeah, his timing is essentially now. Like the AC is nice, but it's not gonna make too much of a difference. Storm, a little lacking in the right click department. Has the Lincolns and BKB, so just going ultra defensive. Not sure what he's gonna get next. He also bought back, but I believe his buyback should be up. It's up in 1 minute.
Could that be the game changer? That's the question.
It could Only if they take a fight in the base. If they take a fight out of the base, then they can stall long enough for Storm to come back.
We're looking at buybacks. Storm doesn't have it. Neither does Batman.
But neither does Oracle.
Not anymore. He just bought something. Did have it a second ago. Going for the Ags herself, it looks like.
This might be it. Grumpy, out on his own, gets the blink away, has to pop the BKB and the Blade Mill, and will walk away. A very quick retreat from Dire. They didn't get the catch they wanted. They're out. Back to the high ground.
Yes. Medusa's not really the hero you want to be going on to try and jump. It's getting very difficult to ignore her. The Axe is complete on Wraith King. He's queuing up Refresher?
It is now widened to a 15k lead for Medusa over the Wraith King.
Jesus Christ. What is this Wraith King build? Where's Llama learn this from? Anyone in chat knows, please do shout out. This is confusing
Larry,
me.
what guide are you reading?
This a Tortellini thing?
Yeah, it's the latest from Tortellini. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Storm found Coop.
Didn't kill her, but up top!
But keeps her out of the fight long enough for the rest of Dire to go in. Grumpy's caught out, slowed up by the Scotty. Gets cookied out by Coop, but it's not enough. Teddy also left behind. False promise, it expires. The hammer's already been dropped. He's got no damage left.
Oh, great Manta dodge there by Robertus.
Robertus mans up, fight. Man, he's just gonna man up and fight the whole Radiant team. Second life for Larry. This is the fight that they need to take.
That's the fight over.
Whoever wins this fight wins the game. Teddy dead under the Ags. They're all dead under the Ags. It's probably over at this point. They do get a return kill. They do get a return kill on Vesper, but it doesn't matter. It's a triple kill for Robertus. It's a 4-for-1.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
Whew.
They have to go back and defend for creeps, but if you're Robertus, just walk down mid.
Thing is,
the Ags is done, and he has 8,000 gold on top of the Ags.
By the time they get down mid, they're going to respawn, I think. They're taking too long.
By the time they respawn, he will have Ags and Rapier.
Won't have buyback though. Not if he does that.
This will do nice.
I don't think that matters. Roche is up. You get this Roche, get it on Medusa.
Where do you put it on Medusa?
Swap out the pike.
Ooh.
Swap pike, swap boots.
Well, the boots will come out for the rapier.
Yeah, either or.
So if you swap out
the pike for one of them and swap out the boots.
I would
they cannot
actually go for the Ags, not the Ags, sorry, the Aegis on the Storm.
You reckon?
Yeah, because I don't think they can actually kill Robertus as it is. So I think if you put the Aegis on somebody else who's more likely to die in that fight, he can just go ham and not care. And the Storm is a very good hero to do that with. Now if you want to do the slow siege, then yeah, you put it on Robertus. But at the moment, they're playing very defensive. We're going 60 minutes here. There's something to note.
You know what that means?
Giant Swing?
Among other tier 5 neutrals.
Grumpy did buy back in that though for some reason. Maybe
I wonder though, is this the longest game we've had so far?
It might be. Well, we've got a call that the next fight is just going to be GG. And they are posturing around the Dark Triangle. They're invading.
Spineapple has the money for the late blink if he wants it, but he's probably going to save buyback too. Teddy might get caught here.
So, Winston.
And so does Winston, and there's the jump from the Storm Spirit. He's going to wander to zero. Winston standing in the healing rain. Doesn't matter. Spineapple in the trees, finds Teddy, going for the TP out, has the Void to cancel it.
Everyone else
Great
just
scouting by
bailing.
Spineapple, and now they go straight for Roche. So will they put it on Storm, or will they go for the safe play and put it on the Medusa?
I reckon they'll put it on the juicer.
Dusa with 10,000 gold sitting in the bank. Rapier queued. She's
Right, juicer's not
TPing
even
down.
there. Yeah, she's miles away.
She's TPing down. She'll be right there to pick it up.
Storm, take the egg.
It's
Oh,
an
there you
axe
go.
for Storm.
You see,
And with the blink
there we
coming out
go.
on Night Stalker.
There's the Aegis on Storm. That's what you want.
Now that Storm has this Ags, Spineapple, you have to buy this blink. Don't save for buyback. You blink in right as the Storm goes in. You get a 4-man crippling fear electric vortex. The fight is won.
And he's got 4k HP. He's a tanky
Robertus.
boy. But he's
Pass each other like ships in the night.
come on, Buzz. If you're not gonna man up and buy the rapier, at least buy a moon shard.
Larry blinks in, baited by an illusion. The duel is found on the real Medusa.
That's not the
but
duel
she
you
doesn't
want!
care. That's the free damage for her.
She's
but
down!
The Legion with the Ags from the Wraith King is enough damage to kill the Medusa. Chunks through the rest of her mana pool. That duel was a bait. Is it a feed? Maybe it's a bait. Jenkins was onto it all along.
Storm's got no mana. Where's he gonna go?
Now Granny's Cookie's on the run. The Aegis is popped. They're just gonna clap him as soon as he stands up. 3, 2, 1, blank.
He's getting away.
Oh,
He's gone.
He missed the jump and he's gone. Oh, what a misplay by the Goon the Bad the Ugly.
Right now,
Arch will survive. Doesn't have to burn buyback, and all these lanes are pushed, so Medusa won't have to burn her buyback either.
well, you say that. Radiant can push down mid very quickly. They've got those skellies. They can easily get megas here. I think they're going to have to buy back, otherwise they're going to get megaed. There's the juicer
There it is,
buyback,
the
and she's
the
TPing
buyback,
straight
and
in.
Robertus TP's right out on the front. It's a 2-man vortex. Catches both supports. If Winston dies, there's no save. Spineapple pops Dark Ascension and Crippling Fear. Arch going back on Winston, catches him in the silence. It's over. This fight is over. Radiant on the retreat. Arch finds another vortex on Teddy. He's down 2. 2 of Radiant without buyback. 2 of them with Larry chilling in the fountain. He
Yep.
escapes.
He
But
did.
now the worm turns.
He did
A
take
great
another lane of
buyback
Axe
from
though.
Robertus.
He did take another lane of Axe.
He got a lane of Rax, but it really doesn't matter.
Not when
No
you got a
buyback.
juicer walking down.
Grumpy still has 2 minutes on his buyback. Oracle needs 1,000 gold. They won't get that from any objectives. It is time to walk down mid. It is time to end this game.
Question is, can they? They've got Glyph. That's going to buy them a bit more time. They can buy back on 2. They're going to have GrumpyNerd back up in a second. They're just missing Winston. They might lose a lane, but will they lose the game?
Vesper, please nether blast the buildings. Thank you. Stream snipe.
I don't think that would have been on streaming time. They're going for at least 2 lanes themselves, which they can take. They can't get megas because they're still a tier 2 up.
And they can't fight this without Teddy's pure damage. They are letting these racks
But-
go.
Venno has disappeared. Venno's not there, so they do have to back up. They're afraid of the 5v4.
Robertus just beeline it towards the secret shop by
Yep.
the rapier.
Well, he's got 76 duel damage. He's nearly got
He
more
does.
than the Legion.
Please, Robertus. You have no buyback. You're not saving for anything else. You've got 10 grand. Just buy it.
So, here's a question, right?
And a 5-man smoke from Radiant comes out at the same time. Here we go, Super!
Oh, this could be bad. But the question is,
They could
Let's talk
5-man
about-
smoke into the rapier.
Archde's TPing away. This is currently a 5v3 if they find him now.
Oh yeah, this is not looking good for Granny's Cookies. This split up could be their undoing. If they find the Venno though, it's fine.
I think they
Venno
found
has
him.
Buyback. They
He
found
does,
him, but if all,
but he's
if all
dead.
you lose
Oh,
is
the
Venno,
Lincolns!
they lose the duel on the Lincolns. Now Legion has no duel for the Dusa.
Hunter in the
And here
night.
comes Dusa with the rapier up.
Oh,
big crits.
melted! Melted!
Grumpy is feverishly pinging her inventory right now that she has this rapier. And the stun from the Mystic Snake turns him to stone, cancels the TP. Teddy gets away though.
80 seconds, no buyback.
On either the Legion or the Oracle.
The good news
Another
is the
one play
lanes
for
are
Granny's
pushed.
cookies.
The lanes are pushed.
But I think they only care about one lane, and Robertus is slowly waddling his way towards it with no boots.
They are literally gonna come.
They don't need megas. They will 3v5 this before the two of them respawn. Robertus has also actually been past the cheese, so he basically has 2 lives.
How do you draw on the minimap again?
Control. Hold control.
Yeah, it's not working for me for some reason. I might have to keep on it
Because we're
something.
spectators.
Possibly, yeah.
It's not working for me either. Teddy waddles in, gets grabbed by the storm, has to get saved from but the Oracle's not alive.
They're just melting! They can't stop her!
The Wraith King Ags will buy a little bit of time for them to try to get some return kills, but it doesn't matter. They're all dead. Teddy has to buy back. Larry's second life is spent. He's just got to waddle around, try to kill whoever he can, anybody who's squishy. It doesn't
It's
matter.
over!
They're out of damage. They're out of heroes. They're out of lives. The
Ultra
glyph
kill!
is down.
It's the
Larry's dead.
Who took the page?
Will it? No.
No!
Well,
No!
we won't know. We won't know because the Wraith
That was
King
the page!
Ags.
That was the page!
It doesn't even come up in the kill feed, but Granny's Cookies with a great response in game number 2 to even the series at 1 and go home with a split. Medusa finishes the game with 47,000 gold.
What a game. Now here's the thought for you, okay? Now, we've seen just now that Robertus is a solid
It's a
core player.
force to be reckoned.
He is. He's a solid carry player. Now, come Sunday, they're getting Weebs as well as a permanent player. And I believe, Eric can correct me on this, Weebs is playing POS 5? No, if he
Yes,
is.
because that was Hungrylikedawolf's
Yeah.
position, so yes.
So that's Robertus and Weebs in the safe lane. That is going to be a scary lane for any offlaners. I would
Can
not
we
want to go up
also,
against that.
Can we also give a massive shout out to Vesper, the stand-in from Bingus?
Yeah,
for-
he did fucking well.
An incredible performance on the Pugna.
Bit of a meme build. With the,
Bit of a mean bit, but
it worked, yeah. Oh, that was a hell of a
meme
game.
build works, it's not a meme build.
Did we get any 60-minute items, or did we just finish just before it? I think it was just before.
we finished
60
right
minutes,
after the
50.
Yeah, right after
Oh.
the 60-minute mark. So no jungle camps were taken, but we got a treat anyway.
She took the moon shard. She bought a moon shard. So she was that fucking farmed.
You know, I am
Oh.
somewhat glad. I am somewhat glad that Ted decided to take Hooligoons versus Shitters.
Don't
Because this was a treat.
Don't look at hero damage. 126,000 by the Medusa.
I actually can't access the post-game page, so I couldn't, even if I wanted to.
You can on stream.
I can on stream.
So yeah, the highest hero damage from all of Radiant in 60 minutes was Llama at 20,800. The lowest damage from Dire was Spineapple at 17,200.
Dear God, man.
Medusa was a fucking monster that game.
That was a one-man show. We just watched the 60-minute OVA special starring Robertus. 25, 4, and 18. Almost 1,000 last hits, 900 GPM.
I know.
A banging performance by Robertus.
That... I don't know what to say about that. That was just an incredible game.
Well, what I'll say about it is that I think Granny's Cookies has gone from an unknown to a known.
Definitely.
And definitely a team that other teams cannot take lightly. You know what this reminds me of? he's gonna be like the who's it called? It's not Chris Luck. Who was the pause one? Hector.
Yes.
He's the Hector of this team. Somebody who you can reliably count on to get farm, even in game 1, right? Game 1, it wasn't so great after the first 20 minutes, but he still had plenty of net worth.
Well, that's been game 1. Granny's Cookies were winning that at the start. And it was a comeback from the good, the bad, and the ugly to actually just go past them. They took the mid game and they just took over at the late game. But it still wasn't an easy fight.
No, this very easily could have gone 2-0 in favor of Granny's Cookies. So
yeah,
definitely another team to be on the lookout for. Super, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
What a cracking performance from everybody involved. Shout out to Ari for putting this together. Shout out to the teams. Just a fantastic 2 hours of Dotes.
It was. Special commends go to obviously Vesper and Coop for standing in. Well played to both of them.
Both had excellent moments throughout both matches.
Obviously,
Applause easily earned.
A special thank you for a display from Robert. Excellently well done on that Juicer game. You should tell our TZ to take note.
Yeah, I'm sure he's lurking and he's writing things down.
But we can't take away also a commendable play from Winston on that Oracle. You can tell why that gets fucking banned.
Oh, absolutely.
If there wasn't a Juicer in that game, that was easily a walk in the park. Just because of Winston himself. He literally carried entire Goon, Bad and the Ugly on his back.
His team, between that and the Wraith King Eggs having so many lives to do extra damage, like just because of that, the Legion being able to kill Dusa before, baiting out, using the duel as bait to get her locked down and get her overconfident, so that as soon as she killed the Legion was just able to hit her for free and burn the rest of the mana. Just great strats all around. Just like we flamed the Axe build a little bit, but
it came up, yeah.
It almost made a difference.
I'm speechless. That game was breathtaking. It really was. I was on. Well, I'm sweating and I'm not even playing.
Yeah, absolutely.
But a final thank you.
That might have been game of the tournament so far.
So far, yeah, definitely. From back and forward.
Can't wait to watch the replay on that. So, Supes, thank you once again.
And you, mate.
This year, the duo is back. We are locked in, ready to go. I've got 3 more series this weekend to cast. I am so ready. I am so excited after that series.
Yep. Myself, I will be here for tomorrow's game, which is, I believe it's Goonfellas versus George Foreman plus Grill. It's a 19:30 start. You'll still be at work, I believe, Cortez, won't you, at that time?
Probably, yeah. I will probably get out early, only because it is holiday weekend, and they usually let us go a little early.
Well, if you are about, I could use a co-caster.
Oh, okay. It might be a game time decision, but I will let you know. The next time you guys can see me, guaranteed, will be Saturday.
Hooligoons versus Goon at 8:20.
Yes.
At 8:30.
8:30, and then for Sunday, we will be doing Goonfellas versus Too Hot for Dota, another match that I am viciously looking forward to. I really want to see Too Hot
I have
for Dota.
received emails warning me that if I somehow flame Too Hot for Dota, there may be some KBG agents coming after me, so we do have to be careful on that one.
I hope they don't maledict you.
I know, it's going to be terrifying. But anyway, thank you all again for turning up and watching, and thank you, Cortez, again for joining me. This has been an amazing game, and we shall catch you all next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Hooligoons versus Shitters is still going on Flax's channel. Make sure you head over there to watch this endgame.
We'll give it a little raid, shall we?
We shall.
Yeah, let's raid the channel. Where's Pyrion? Where's the bold bastard?
Cheers, everybody. I will see you all on Saturday.
Have a good one, guys.